right, here we are with the Fellowship of just Fellowship of Cybertron, Season 1, Episode 4. We're in March 2019. I am Devin, the Overlord, Tarantulas, and to my left, we have just say the whole thing you are.
I'm Nicole, playing Breakout, who is a combiner made up of Smash and Grab, who is an Autobot subcategory Wrecker, and I also have what the fuck else do you want?
The playbook.
The pair.
Oh, I'm the pair.
There we go. You did it all.
Whoa!
I'm Tyler. I'm playing Flutter, who is a non-aligned LV, and my playbook is the Elf.
Kevin, playing Necronom, the Spider playbook, and he is also unaligned.
Peter, the multiplex Decepticon giant.
Perfect. Who would like to recap what happened last session?
Well, we started off with a little downtime, where we all did our own respective things. I recruited Mirror Shades, who is a Autobot combat motorcycle, and I'm teaching him the ways of the LVs.
Yeah, we had some meeting with Cap after everyone took their downtime. We got some lowdown on Overlord's plans. We decided, hey, let's go to the Shrine of Rust and prevent him from taking some ancient source of power from this ancient Decepticon shrine. So we went, and then we went on a hunt to find a Guardian, because turns out there was some giant thing that escaped from some shrine down below.
And it was a kitty.
It was a big kitty.
It was a big laser kitty.
And then it went into space.
And then you went into space.
Mm-hmm.
It took us to space.
And then you came back from space.
And I blew the fuck out of his engine room.
Yes, the Axelon is adrift in space undergoing repairs, and they're grabbing their various crew members.
We've been blown.
Probably quite upset.
I mean, we just go and finish it off, guys. Take it for ourselves.
Yes, let's take this half-broken ship full of corpses.
I mean,
Not corpses, Decepticons.
Decepticons
Like
seem
12
to be
of them.
corpses.
Just ram it to the ground, we'll be fine.
I mean, not no.
Steer it into a sun.
Are there any towers around here?
Jesus.
It would be
So-
us if it was that.
Yeah, that's what happened, and I think we cut off just as we were entering the
Shrine.
Shrine, yeah.
No. What was that guy's
One
name?
of the 13.
Adaptus.
The Shrine of Adaptus, which, yeah, one of the 5.
Yep.
5?
Yep.
Five
Okay,
fingers
so
of Cybertron.
how it goes is there was Primus, the original
The
creator
one.
of the universe. Primus the One. And then he made the Hand of Primus, his 5 subordinate souls. And then some time passed, and then there were the 13 Knights of Cybertron, the Primes. Then there were the 13 Primes. Then there were the Knights of Cybertron in the Golden Age of Cybertron. Then they left and the world fell into barbarism, and there were 13 new Primes who took on their old names and united Cybertron again. Then there was the Autocracy. Then there was the Autobot Decepticon War.
Yep. Sounds about right.
All of this is information I'm learning for the first time.
It's not important. A lot of people were there for various parts of this because Cybertronians are old, but most people get slurred together like, Solus Prime. He was the one who united and built Crystal City and all that stuff. It's like, wait, do you mean Solus Prime who united the 13 tribes, or Solus Prime who predates the Knights of Cybertron? He's like, same guy. Same guy.
Continuity is weird.
Yeah, history slurs together for Cybertronians.
It doesn't help that people keep taking other people's names.
Well, okay, yeah. Hey, you guys want to talk about Megatron? Which Megatron do you want to talk about? Do you want to talk about Megatronus, the Fallen, the first of the 13 Primes to turn to Unicron? Do you want to talk about Megatronus, the Prime that would eventually, unite the 13 tribes and found the Decepticon movement in the far-flung future? Or are you talking about Megatronus, the Miner, who will one day rise up and become Megatron, leader of the Decepticon army? Which one would you like to talk about today?
Or Megatron of the Beast Wars.
Or, in a couple million years, Megatronus the Lesser, who is a Predacon who would steal shit from Cybertron, take a ship, go back in time, and try to end the Great War by killing the original Autobots while they're asleep on the Ark, who took on Megatron's name. Which one do we want to talk about today?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, and then there's the primes and the different Optimuses. It's not great.
No.
It's not a problem with Transformers. It's just Cybertronians have a problem with history.
I mean,
Also, they have memory, what they call memory compacting, where they get information into their minds will eventually start to like simplify and run compression algorithms on it. One famous time is someone went to someone's mind and the guy was like 4 million years old, which is pretty standard for a Cybertronian. And they went into a memory of his where he's in an arena and like watching a gladiator match between Megatron and someone else. And like they're looking at the crowd and like one in every third person didn't have a face and everyone was the same color. And it's like he just doesn't remember anymore. It's simplified down.
yeah.
Smoothed out the details.
I mean, humans have that too. We just don't call it compression algorithms.
Yeah, well, when Cybertronians find out about humans when the Earth War starts, they're like, oh, you suffer from the same thing, but it's all meat-based. Gross.
You have water inside of you. Man, you're
The slime in your head malfunctions. Weird.
No.
But yes, let's, now that we've covered who Adaptus is and isn't,
We didn't cover that at all, but...
One of the 5.
one of the Hand of Primus. He's the Lord of Change. He's the god that is represented by your T-Cogs and the ability for societies to evolve. Just like Zinch in Warhammer 40k. Don't look at it too closely.
That's who I think of every time you say Lord of Change.
Yeah, no, it's intentional. I'm doing it on purpose.
Okay.
It's an on-purpose homage. Adaptus was secretly crazy and evil.
I was like thinking, which of the Autocaton's ministers are the minister of change?
If you want a real mindfuck,
Yeah.
Dreamwave Publishing made a Transformers comic where one of the plot lines was to hide himself from the evil Unicron, Primus absconded his body into nth dimensional space that could only be revealed by unlocking the seal of Primus. So he gathered together 13 warriors that weren't the Primes, and they used vector space technology to breach the seal of Primus, bring them back into the world, and fight Unicron.
I mean, what was the continuity that...
That's literally how it works in Exalted with the alchemicals.
Yeah, I mean, what was that? Unicron exists only in one time at a time versus Unicron exists in all of them at the same time, so...
Just don't worry about it. Don't think it, don't say it.
So if we kill one of them, we kill all of them.
Where are we? I've completely lost track of this
Exalted.
conversation.
We were talking about you guys going down into the shrine now that it's open.
Okay.
Well, first, we're going to break for lunch.
Like Danger 5 where they didn't have a smoke break. Even with Hitler, they're all like smoking and laughing.
Notice Legend of Zelda style, mid-combat, go pause, om nom nom nom.
Skyrim style. 87 cheese wheels. Alright. Okay, so we cut to you guys, the temple is there, you've gone back up to the tomb.
Yep.
There are these 6 Cybertronians who guard this place, and they're just, racked up in walls, lining the place, in tombs, with machinery, like smaller machinery hooked up, monitoring them on walls and stuff with like heartbeat monitors, spark, pulse, hertz frequency analyzers, are just, like I think I said like over 1,000, stasis locked Decepticons and Autobots. Whiling away eternity until the Great War can start up again.
I'm sure one of them will make a good table for lunch.
Don't.
That's garish.
That's ghoulish.
Just, setting the cup over like their frozen screaming face.
Oh, look, this hole in the chest is a perfect cup holder.
So what do we do when we fill our bellies in Transformers? We
Fill our...
mash an Energon cube?
Yeah, you have cups of Energon. It's a liquid.
Okay.
Also solid and gas. Don't think about it. But it is a liquid. Like, you guys can dispense it and, like, you drink it and stuff.
So you
It's
mean it's
fuel,
like
like
water?
gasoline.
You just tap the keg.
Like gasoline.
I don't know about you guys, but I need a quick Energon break. I'm a little depleted.
No, agreed. It's been a long cycle.
Yeah, a bunch of the other ones show up, too. It's like, are we breaking bread? Or, sorry, god damn it. We sharing cups of Energon?
Yeah.
It's been a while. This is
Australian accent.
Gear Shift.
Gear shift.
Gear Shift is a scout. He has that bumblebee design to him, where he's like a space VW wagon, like a small sleek ship. He has like green camo paint patterns to him that kind of match the destruction of Cybertron around him. Like he's painted himself to look like debris.
You guys are pretty low on your reserves, aren't you?
I mean, we're not going to turn down people who helped us.
Here, have a cup of mine.
You guys all share a meal together. Like they start bringing stuff out. They have stuff stored away. Ambulon kind of brings out a big cube that has like weird blue and gold streaks to it. It's very low. There's like probably an eighth of it left. The cube itself is maybe the size of this table here. He's like fishing in and bringing out like passing around like metal cups. So this stuff, where we found this. Old Macadamia's Oil House. It was a bar out in Iacon. People used to go there all the time. It was neutral ground during the war even. People loved it.
Sounds like my kind of place.
Yeah, gone now. Macadamia packed up and left, or died while packing up. But I was able to loot this out of here. It's part of his old stores.
Nice.
Rarefied energon. Bit of a kick added in, whatever his secret ingredients were.
Well, I'm sure he'd be happy if we enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Wherever he is.
So you're all standing around, I guess, a table or whatever, picking up your drinks. Anyone toasts?
To the Guardian.
Everyone kind of raises their glass, takes a shot with that.
Yeah, alright.
Rhinox, till all are one.
So all are one.
Inferno does not say Megatron lives, he toasts in silence.
That's why I wasn't gonna do a toast or anything, because I was like, anything I could think of would be like really Autobody.
Megatron lives! Jumps over the table screaming, setting things on fire.
To our future.
Yeah.
To adapt us.
Yeah, everyone's like...
We don't know that he was bad, right?
No one does. He's one of the 5 gods. He's a lord of change.
Don't badmouth a god.
Jetfire. Oh wait, it's a pleasant sleep.
So that's...
I wonder where this is gonna drug us all to sleep.
He just kind of gestures to, all the slumbering, Cybertronians around as well.
Yeah, whiling away the ages. And finally, as is inevitable in any of these toast scenes, Drift picks up, the last kind of bit of the glass to absent friends. But yeah, everyone kind of mingles, You want to talk to anyone before you guys go into the super tune?
Ambulon, I'm going to approach him, actually.
Yeah, Ambulance checking the hertz frequencies on a few of the newer soldiers. Tapping on the machinery, kind of checking their energon reserves.
Yeah. I'll kind of shoulder in and join him in doing that.
You ever dealt with something like this?
All the time.
It's a nightmare keeping all of their levels safe. You don't really have to worry too much, because of taps his spark casing, There's probably enough in there to last, but it's always you want to make sure that no extremities start to rot or anything.
When we were traveling back through the stars, supplies were running low. We put several of our own into sleep on the way back to Cybertron.
Yeah. Some of these people have been in the war so long they're completely out of inner energon. There's a reservoir inside your spark casing you're born with. It's kind of like a cyberamnionic fluid. It coats it. It's very high caliber. Like gestures at this guy. His could feed 10 soldiers for a couple cycles. Very, very condensed. But you're in the war too long. You lose too many friends. The supplies get low.
Yeah.
You ever seen this? You weren't here for the war, were you?
No, I missed out on much
It's
of it.
tradition when one of your allies dies, and you do the rite of transcendence to take out a bit of your innermost energon, just a bit, few cyber ounces, and leave it with them at their tomb. Some of these soldiers are completely dry.
Yeah, it's gonna drain you real quick.
Not real quick. There's a lot in there for the amount that they use for the ritual. Them being drained out means they've lost thousands of friends.
And also Tomb Raiders must occur all the time coming into Capet.
Yeah, it's a battlefield tactic. You see it a lot. Scavenging for MTO frames or old soldiers. Crack open their spark case, see what you can get out of them. Last you a few more cycles.
I'm glad a lot of you are here preventing further atrocities after the war. You must have worked at a hospital during the war, yes? You seem like a learned sort.
I was in a hospital during the war.
Severe injuries?
Something like that.
I've not interacted with many Autobots even since arriving back here. What happened? From your point of view.
Yeah, it was a war. The government did a crackdown. They hit the Decepticons harder. Pretty sure that there was talk of evidence planting or government, black ops operations going to frame the Decepticons as a violent uprising, and it just spiraled.
That's why it confuses me to come back and see many friends and allies that I worked with who were so hopeful for a future for you. Many of the more oppressive government acts, and I come back and they're Tarantulas or Megatron.
I knew these twins. Spark twins, right? Except one of them wasn't just like the other. He was a four-wheeler, the other one was a flyer. It happens sometimes. You see it in medical journals from the past. One spark will split into two, you'll get two protoforms, they won't identically map over.
I've done a bit of research on the subject, yes.
Rare, happened a lot during the Golden Age. So, when I was talking to them during the war, turns out what happened was one of them got assigned to resource hauling because they were a flyer. They were doing trips between the inner atmosphere and here, and the other one was sent to work in the mines. They kept in contact, a couple decacycles went by. But then, they run a heist, steal from the mine, sell off the energon, pay for a form conversion process. Four-wheeler becomes a flyer. They start running smuggling operations to keep themselves on the down low. Autocracy finds out about it, gonna sentence them. Doesn't think to sentence them to censorship, it's gonna sentence them to death. Decepticons burst in, and just so happens while they were being sentenced and they were, waiting to be executed, they get freed along with a bunch of other dissidents that were in prison at the time, including Megatron. This is when the government had him in locks to, publicly take him out as a political figure.
Right.
I talk to them sometimes after the war about what to do after, because it doesn't seem like it's going to ever stop. I got the feeling from them that they're not interested in the war stopping because there's not going to be any place for anyone after it.
It's kind of all we have left.
What happens if the Autobots win? What happens to the twins? What happens to Skyquake and Dreadwing?
We all wind up in a ditch.
How forgiving are the Autobots going to be?
I mean, how could you forgive? He just kind of gestures towards the entrance, the deep barren wasteland outside. And I know it's not just the Decepticons doing. I know that, but it's the same as it's always been. History's written by the victor.
Yeah. As far as I can tell, the investment in the war isn't because people are afraid of losing. They're afraid that the war's the best it's ever going to be.
Great equalizer. And why did you join the Autobots?
Circumstances.
And you
Spent a lot of time in a hospital.
Fair. I won't pry on that.
You can tell from the way his joints move that the red and gold paint he has, the Autobot colors, there's purple and black underneath that are all scratched deep down.
Oh.
Like he's gone through a repaint.
Fair. Yeah. I'm just gonna offer him a bit of my own food and whatnot.
Yeah. You got a bond with Ambulon.
Cool.
Do you want to know his terrible secret?
What's that?
He's a combiner. He's a leg.
Oh.
Ambulon.
I forgot. I was like, isn't he called Ambulon because like ambulatory? But I couldn't remember. Like,
He's not an
how that would
ambulance.
go.
He's not a doctor. He's a leg.
I'm absolutely running with the idea that he's an ambulance.
Yeah, no,
It's
that's
just
the point. He even has a blue moon symbol on him.
Which is the
Universal symbol for hospitals.
okay.
But yeah, you know about Ambulon. You can form a bond with him. You know, write it out what you're going to think it's going to be like.
Ambulon understands this war in the same way I do.
Yeah. He also dropped a hint about the Overlord's general. That story.
Yeah, the combiners.
They're not combiners.
Or
They're
not
just
combiners,
twins.
rather. Yeah, twins. It's your major enemy.
Anyone else?
Right?
Not right now.
Fellow flyer.
Yeah, I'll talk to Jetfire.
Jetfire and Gearshift are talking kind of off in a corner, not away for everyone, but just like just a little bit away. Looks like they're arguing and like shit. What's his name? Gearshift. Gearshift. Yeah, Gearshift is like doting on him. They're just like, you gotta watch out for yourself, man. No, look at the damage on that. We gotta fix that out. You can't just keep going like that. It's like, you can't do that in front of the people. It's not appropriate for work, mate.
It's good to see Autobots and Decepticons getting along.
Oh, yeah. That doesn't make it weird. Hey, how you doing? How you doing, mate?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm. It goes
How are the skies treating you?
better than they were. Not so full of gunfire.
That was pretty rowdy how that all went down there.
Yeah. Well, another day in the war. Gearshift kind of walks off to lead you to talk. Flyer to flyer. Essentially Decepticon to Decepticon.
Essentially. What?
Did you join the Autobots when the race war broke out?
No.
Okay, well, there you go. The future of the world. Fascism versus freedom.
You two seem close.
Gearshift. Yeah, we go way back. Not all the way back, but back enough. He's a good mate. What about you?
What about me?
You have anyone?
No, not really. I'm freshly minted.
Ah, you're a youngin'.
Yeah, just kind of figuring things out.
I remember when I was your age. Cut the story.
Yeah. Well, it takes some time. You got to figure out who you are. Once you figure out who you are, you can figure out who you're with.
What?
Just the war.
Yeah, it's a real tragedy. Hopefully it'll end.
Yeah, there's that. Till all or none.
Everyone seems so fatalistic.
You got time for a story? You're young, right?
Sure.
Alright. So, you probably don't know this, you probably weren't around for it, but we used to have an Air Force. We used to have two, actually. There were the Seeker Armada, which was the Cybertronians tasked with seeking out new worlds and energon sources. And there were the aerial bots, home defense. Now, they didn't keep the same cities as their home base of operations. Seeker Armada had a science lab up on Tripticon Station. Spoiler alert, turned out to be a giant angry Decepticon. The aerial bots, they had a base of operations in, I think, Ibix. Yeah, Ibix. So, I was a Seeker. I worked under Air Commander Starscream. And I had this friend, Silverbolt. He was an aerial bot. He was an Ibix. Well, before the war started, we had the same position, actually. I was liaison of the Seekers to the aerial bots. Silverbolt was liaison to the Seekers, or to the aerial bots, for the Seekers. So, we would meet all the time for work. We were the two that would talk for the both factions. We got close, you know. It's how it goes. Idle time. We weren't in war at the time. But then the war started, and we all picked our sides. Didn't really see much of him after that. A few times, you know, in a battle here. Strafing in placements here. Trading shots at each other. Always shooting over each other's heads. You know how it is. It's war. You try to make the best of it, not be too obvious.
Do you ever regret the side you picked?
Well, one time. We were on a geosynchronous orbit station. Megatron, well, Starscream, really. I later found out this was something he hadn't improved. Told us that Megatron wanted us to hold this orbital supply depot. Apparently there were weapons on board. So, I was keeping it safe, shooting down Autobots coming nearby, hitting shuttles, doing strafing runs, making sure they, fell into orbit. You try to angle it the best you can. Doesn't always work. But there's Silverbolt. He's flying on in, guns blazing, hitting my engines, strafing me, making me mess up, making me slop it. And he's got this Autobot with him. Little Ka. And he can't fly. So what he's doing, he's using a grav tether. It's a bit of technology the 2- and 4-wheelers would use. Hooks them up to the metal plating of the vessel. So he's walking on it with the tether. And I'm like, well, this is simple. I shoot around the tether, I keep him occupied, he won't shoot back. Fight kind of drags on. Silverbolt hits me, knocks out my targeting system. During the firefight, the little scout, couldn't be older than you, pulled his tether off, jumped, shot me in my chest cavity. Takes me completely out of the fight for the moment. I fire back to try and, shoot over his head, scare him, he's young. It doesn't go as wide as I'd hoped. It hits him straight in the legs. His actuators go out. He's floating away from it. He's starting to go into orbit. I can see the red on his armor. He's starting to burn up. So Silverbolt, he flies in to save him. Same time that happens, because he got away from the ship detonates. Blows me and the Autobot closer to Cybertron, blows Silverbolt away. He just engages afterburners. So I have a choice. Real close to the kid. He's going to hit orbit. He's going to crash. He's going to burn up. Silverbolt's still flying. So I reach out and I grab the kid. Knock him out. But I turn around, Silverbolt's not flying back. His afterburners were engaged. He was knocked out. Didn't turn him off. He was just flying unconscious. He's already 5-10 clicks away. At my top speed, I can't reach him. And you know how space works with physics. It's all about acceleration and top speed. His top speed's higher than my top speed because of the afterburners and the explosion. I can't reach him. And I got this kid to take care of. He just gets further and further away.
So what do?
I never see him again. Drop the kid off in some scrap metal near an Autobot ship that's been shot down. Get some pretty severe discommendations from Megatron and Starscream. Starscream passed the buck on to me, because he's like that. It's the only moment I can think of.
That was fucking heavy.
Welcome to war.
Every once in a while I check the astrolabe on the temple. Do some sky tracking. Figure out where he is. A couple decasiles. He's going to be right by the gas field, just separating the inner and outer solar system. It looks nice.
Fucking haunt.
That's rough.
You want to forge a bond with Jetfire now they told you this super deep fucking story?
Sure.
Us players are grim like that. What are you calling this bomb?
Yeah.
Jetfire carries some damage with him.
Jetfire shared some damage of his with me. That'd
Sure.
be a good one to make it a bond.
Yep.
What was the guy in the luxury vehicle from last episode? Because I forgot I had a bond
Nitro
with him.
Zeus.
Nitro Zeus! Nitro Zeus is my friend. Or Nitro Zeus is your friend, or Nitro Zeus is friends with you. It's a bond Nitro has with you.
Well, we also have bonds with him.
Like, it's the one that's good for you, that he can't manipulate. It's the one you can burn.
I am friends with Nitro Zeus.
Yeah.
Is it literally just Nitro and then Zeus? Like God?
Nitro Zeus, the Greek god. Don't let him get to Earth before, when humans are primitive, or else he'll just be what Zeus is based off of.
I mean, is that so terrible?
Him running around shooting lightning bolts, punching swans.
Him porking all the women?
They probably elaborate that from his personality. They extrapolate it.
Hey girl, would you like to ride?
Into paste.
What, driving up to Greek women, honking his horn, spinning his wheels?
Hey, Europa.
I have quite a few bonds now.
There you go.
Time to burn all of them.
I still actually have my original bonds with Flutter.
Hey!
I guess you haven't hurt yourself.
Anyone else want to have a moment with one of these people? I mean, you got 2 Zen Buddhists.
Yeah, I wanted to talk to Rhinox, but I don't have anything I actually want to talk about. I just wanted to bond with him. So I don't know what the fuck to say.
What about Drift, the Decepticon, who's like him?
Yeah.
I guess I can have a bond with Drift then.
Sure.
You gonna go have a scene with him?
Yeah. So I guess I'll be fixing up the temple wall that's been,
No. If you keep doing stuff, it becomes a little downtime.
I mean, just for the fluff of it.
Oh, it becomes a little downtime. It transmutes itself.
I know we can't talk while I move some rubble around.
No, you have to be standing perfectly still in the middle of the drinking hall and not transition the scene.
With a question mark over your head.
Perfectly still in a white void.
Perfectly still in the white void and not walk too close to the event trigger.
Fine, I'll engage my idle animation.
Because this is only like a few hours.
Yep.
It's not like a big amount of time.
So what's his name?
Rhinox or Drift?
Drift. The Decepticon spiritualist.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like a samurai. He literally is a samurai. There's like a whole thing about it. It's an author insert character. Just people have made him better.
Neat. Huh. So, did you guys know this was the Temple of Adaptus when you moved in here?
No. My teacher and I, I'm not going to use the word sensei, fuck that. My teacher and I, he gestures to Rhinox, understood that this place had significant spiritual aspects to it, but not that it housed a relic of one of the 5.
Yeah. It was quite a surprise when I uncovered that. See that Decepticons built a tomb over that, plastered the walls. And so,
Kaon was an old city even before the war.
yeah, I guess that's what you do. You repurpose the old stuff, build the things on top of it. Much layer and layer, and things that go into the core.
Things undergo change over time and become different, but stay the same at its core.
That they do. Let's see.
Do you think that's true, Giant? That at your core you can never change?
I mean, people can change, but it takes a while. It takes a certain shift to change.
Is
Right.
time the factor? Does time turn tyrants into saviors? How much time?
I think it's necessarily time. It's more like what you've been exposed to. Like, I've been around for a long while. I used to be part of the autocracy. I used to be all for that people, belong to the places that your form defines your place.
For every form of function.
Yeah.
He says, quoting doctrine.
Yeah. That your ambitions shouldn't outstrip your position. But that changed when people started abusing that. People starting to justify their own means by it.
Is that what you believe, Titan? That every form does have a function, that is Primus's will? And that it was only our interpretation of it that turned it sour?
Well,
And if that's true, then how can we truly change who we are? How does that reconcile with Adaptus's teachings that change transforms us? We are a transformative species.
Well, it did make sense that when the primes and the primus formed us, our forms would confer a function. Everything fit together in a machine larger than a whole. But seems that that wasn't to last without the guidance of some higher intelligence, maybe. Maybe we weren't really meant to just fit in with each other in the end.
How ironic that here, in a tomb to Decepticon heroes, we find a temple, a reliquary to Adaptus. Adaptus was the penitent or the poster deity for functionism. Because if he gave us forms and function and a place, obviously our place in society was divinely defined.
Well, I guess I know why the Decepticons choose this place to paint over.
Perhaps.
We adapt this doctrine that no longer fits, change what was, write a new laws. Speaking of which, I recently met with Skyquake. He's a Decepticon loyalist.
I know Skyquake well. We served together.
Yeah. He seemed to be very committed to the cause, the Decepticons specifically.
Skyquake isn't committed to the cause. Neither is Dreadwing. They're committed to Megatron. They believe he is an ideal, an idea, he is the cause, given flesh, or given form.
Interesting. Because he wouldn't stand down from our search for the Guardian. The only way I could convince him is to explain to him that this would be desecrating the Tomb of Daptus. So I'm feeling that if we, the Fellowship, decides to take anything from the temple, he will use that against us. He will show that we're not different from Tarantulas, that we just...
I know not Tarantulas, but I know Decepticon raiding. And if you're here to find something to help you end this madness, I think it would be awfully dishonorable of Dreadwing to try and accuse you of looting when a tool of the gods falls into your hands. It does not seem his way.
Well, yeah, that's generally what they wanted to figure out, whether he'd use this against us or with the Guardian's blessing, can we partake in this bounty without playing into Tarantula's hands?
If that Decepticon warlord was here, he would have leveled this place and all of its occupants to scrap.
Yeah.
There is nuance to these things, Titan, as I'm sure you know.
Well, thank you for this conversation.
Thank you for sharing your wisdom with me, Ancient One. You've given me much to dwell on. Till all are one.
Till all are one. No.
Anyone else?
Nicole, would you like to have a counterpoint here with the other spiritualist?
Like, yeah, but that was a really heavy story that guy told to...
I can't top that.
I mean, you could just go to him. You need a hug, man? Hug.
Yeah, Jetfire has a sad story.
Like, just... That made me sad. It's not even real, and it made me Nicole sad.
Drink it up, listeners.
I mean, if you want to make it more sad, like with the universe expanding, if you're adrift in space, eventually you'll be so far from everything else that, that for you to reach anywhere, you won't be able to physically because the space between you and everything else will be spaced so much that it will be
Yeah, but wormhole technology exists, so that's a big kick in the dick to that. That's a big kick to the gearbox to that idea. Fucking wormhole magic is real.
But who'll track that little guy? Who'll ever find him in space?
Oy vey. And he's like, it looks nice. It's like, oh, my heart.
You wanted sympathetic Decepticons, I thought.
Like, sure.
They have feelings too! Damn them! Them are sob story. They're deceiving me.
In the original continuity, Jetfire's an Autobot, usually. So I'm like, he'll be a Decepticon, and him and Silverbolt will be a thing.
I don't know what to say. Like, I literally have no... Like, I want a bond with people, but I don't have anything to say to them.
Go out and throw a rock and find Nitro Zeus and hang out with him.
Nitro.
I already have a bond with him.
Oh, right.
You have him? Oh yeah, you can't. Unless he's a wrecker. Quick, join the wrecker so you can have more bonds with me.
I'm the best wrecker there ever was.
I'm gonna wreck. Right.
All right. Well, I think we're done with that scene transition. Unless you guys have anything else you want to handle. You all break bread. You have a meal while you're talking. Like this all happened while you were guys having drinks and stuff, and just having like a couple hours where there's not a firefight going on.
Mm-hmm.
You know. All right. Well, the Tomb of Adaptus is down there, the reliquary. You're heading on down.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's go in.
All right. Let's see what I got here. Perfect. By the way, the theme I use for this area, this MASH hospital, is the music they use in Band of Brothers for a dude that's in an army hospital after he's been injured in the war. Just fun side note. The MASH hospital that has Decepticon Autobots in it was the first idea I had for a Transformers game. Okay, you approach the open chamber doors, which has a lift. The lift takes you down. It's big too. Like it looks like it would carry like 50 people.
Does it carry multiplex?
I can't even reach that place because remember there was a problem for me to get into the tomb area. So
Oh yeah, you'd have to like excavate the top floors and stuff to get down. But if you could get him in here, he could fit in this lift.
I mean, probably big enough for the Guardian to come in with you, right?
Yeah, the Guardian's not coming in. It's not its place.
Okay.
He's the help now.
It's gonna stay where it's sitting and not ever move.
I'm going to engage a remote uplink so you can view through my sensors as we go through.
There you go. But yeah, there's pulsing energon lines everywhere. There's old pictures and inscribings and like bas reliefs. This place is very Art Deco. It actually reminds you a lot of Tarantulas' warship. Like it has that same ancient Cybertronian design. So this would probably be from the Knights of Cybertron era, when the Golden Age happened, where you were space explorers and like philosopher kings, before you became, jackbooted fascists in a caste system.
The good times.
Yeah, good times. Eventually the lift stops, but doesn't make like that jarring, that happens in most movies. It just ceases to move. And the cylinder lift that you're in just kind of slides open and transforms and becomes transparent and like opens up. And you are in a large science room, obviously. There are towering statues of Cybertronians, holding up worlds and planets on their backs like a statue of Atlas. There are holograms everywhere showing like trajectories of space or like micro examinations of like, atomic scale stuff or quantum level, interactions. There are screens everywhere in ancient Cybertronian, and there are multiple tools and stations all over the place.
I'll just start flitting about madly, trying to like scan and videotape and take pictures of everything at once. I'll like go to one area and like take a bunch of shots, and then like flip over to another place.
Like a
This
tourist
is,
in a museum.
Yeah.
This looks mighty impressive, but these contraptions go over my head. I'm thinking
Get over your science.
you might know what's going on in here, Necronom.
Certainly. Let me,
Let me engage this holographic display without my eyes.
yeah.
Let me smell it.
I'd say I'm dumbing this down for you, but that seems condescending, so I'll explain it in a way that a non-research worker will understand.
Condescending.
Points with like all his many weapons.
I don't actually shoot off my guns. You shouldn't shoot off guns inside.
Don't shoot off guns in science places.
We don't
You
have
should
the
have
reflector
another
armor
set of
on.
guns that's just filled with blanks, so you can just shoot it off.
Flashlights, you mean?
Raging in here all of a
Go
sudden.
fists.
With me, I just use the claws, and that face hugger puncher comes out.
Oh god.
So yeah, I'm gonna kind of glance around and try to figure out.
This looks like an advanced Knights of Cybertron era science lab. It looks like it deals with theoretical physics and chemical stuff. It's a very specific lab that deals with fairly mundane science that you're not really used to since the war began. It's more about build me a rocket ship full of lasers.
Back before we had to focus fully on weapons and armor and
This
to kill
predates
each
the
other.
autocracy.
Oh. This is luxurious, to say the least. It outshines my ship, most certainly.
Yeah, it does. But there are data logs in here. There's information stored. There's tools. There's stations stuff for analyzing materials. Stuff for scanning energy waves. There's a whole suite of science in here.
Is Tarantulas' ship clearly made from before, all that as well?
Yeah, same era. Knights of Cybertron.
Does this place do the same humming, chanting sounds that we heard
No.
on his...
That's good to know, actually.
Is everything active right now?
Oh yeah, everything's up. There's glowing, pure white energon flowing through this place. A pure cut you haven't seen since before the war. This place has power, a lot of it too. This technology looks like it consumes macro liters of energon, and it's highly condensed. Multiplex would be someone that'd be assigned to fuel this place, as a single Cybertronian forever.
Yep.
I wonder if we can find another version of you hooked up to this.
Maybe there's a large store of it.
So yeah, what do you want to investigate in here? What do you want to find out? This thing has stats you can damage through investigating that'll reveal itself to you.
I'm not the best at investigation.
I mean, you're all pretty good at it.
Well, good thing I'm not here because when I fail something, I damage.
You're put your hand right through it. Boop.
Yeah, I'm going to start going through files, starting with the low security ones and kind of working my way up.
Logs of material analysis. They were experimenting with new composite materials, organically grown tech.
Organically.
Yeah, they used carbon-based methods to grow Cybertronian structure material.
Similar to my research when we were developing our alt forms to do the resin thing.
Actually, yes, super similar to that.
Huh.
There's seashells and nautical spiral patterns growing out of metal and stuff.
It's really distressing.
Yeah.
Irritating to him because it's oh, I see. It wasn't the first one.
I'm going to do the opposite of Necronom, and I'm going to try and see if there's anything that is locked down, high security, barred from casual access.
Yes, there are... Actually, you know what? Fucking do a move.
Look closely.
Yeah, there's a fucking move for this. Look closely. Yeah, here we go.
That's rough.
It's rough.
Well, are you working together? Did you roll with hope? You're hopeless.
I got a 5.
All right, you can only ask one question, and again, anyone can answer this, but I get final say.
Yep.
You can just answer it for yourself.
What in this room is hidden from casual use?
Anyone want to volunteer?
Black box of the last people to have a conversation in here.
People want that?
I'll go for that.
Maybe some reliquary.
Sure. Black box. Yeah, there's a black box under the main console. This is a dome room. Like, it's very big because, you know, there's a lot of science stuffed in here. But it's dome-shaped and has a central console in the middle with, like, holograms going across. And, like, you start going into the paneling and, like, you pull down the hologram and actually start moving the tech out of the way. And there's, like, a black box recorder for, like, vital information.
How does it look like it would be unlocked?
Proper authorization.
So, keycard, face recognition, password.
It might be tied into a CNA profile.
What's a CNA profile?
Your cybernetic nucleic acid.
It's DNA, but for robots.
You know what we have a lot of around here is a lot of entombed Decepticons. Some of whom might be really, really old, like as old as this place. Like the old scientists.
Are any of the statues of Cybertronians in here actually Cybertronians?
Maybe that's a look closely roll.
What is the closely?
It's sense.
It's doing the sensible thing.
Okay, so 8.
Okay, you can ask 2 questions from the list.
Or could be that question you asked already.
Oh, yeah, that question I just asked.
Okay, tell me, is there?
Yes.
Sure. Yeah, one of the statues by one of the consoles isn't a statue, it's a Cybertronian in deep stasis lock.
And do they have the authorization to open the thing?
You're going to try and draw Energon from him?
Yeah.
He doesn't have any Energon running through him right now. He's in stasis. His body's evaporated it.
Can I take some of my Energon, run it through him, and then pull his CNA out of that?
Yeah. Yeah, you can.
Will that wake him up, though?
Might knock him out of stasis lock.
I mean,
Oh.
he's just a science man. I don't see why he would... Oh, we're not authorized to be in here. That might be why he would attack, but hopefully he would.
We just defended this place.
Yeah.
I'll run a very small amount through him.
Okay. Alright, yeah, you run your Energon through him, it starts producing again, his spark starts coming online. And you're gonna extract some?
Yeah.
Sure, yeah, you extract some.
And then I go and I unlock the black box.
Alright, it unlocks, there is a data console inside. It starts transforming.
Okay.
It takes on robot form.
Hello.
Hello, little friend.
It is a probably LV sized, maybe a little smaller than these two, the twins here actually. So maybe a bit bigger than you, smaller than the twins in their unsplit form. He has bright gold and blue symbols on him, like paint job and like Cybertronian, ancient Cybertronian symbols. You know, he looks kind of like a USB stick that can turn into a robot. He starts talking to you in ancient Cybertronian.
Which I'm guessing we don't understand.
Yeah.
I mean,
If only we had someone ancient.
yep.
I'm relaying all of this to Multiplex.
Do you speak ancient Cybertronian?
I am an ancient Cybertron, so yes.
Okay. You can understand him.
What is he saying?
Hello there, users. How can I assist you today?
Oh, okay. He's asking how he can assist you guys. I think he's, well, one of those old symphonies we use as data storage.
You still use those for that today in the war.
Yeah.
There's Soundwave has like 5 of them as his buddies.
But before some people thought that they were people, the autocracy stuff. So, you have to be very direct with them.
Well, you phrase the questions in ancient Cybertronian, and I will do my best to speak your words aloud to him. Actually, you know what? I'll just patch you through on my speakers.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought that's what was happening.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, we could just take him...
And pick him up.
He might resist being
Upstairs.
moved.
He has like a faceplate and like a mono eye. Like not like a Cyclops one, but like the whole streak, so he doesn't really have a face.
I mean, you could probably plug him into one of those computers here. They should be compatible. Everything's compatible.
I'll just let you talk to him.
Fine.
Peter's like, oh no.
Social interaction,
Uh-oh.
go! Well, I guess I'll get another link today. Just kidding. Hi.
Hello. How can I help you, user?
Who are you? What's this place?
I'm Hyperlink.
Ooh,
This is the Crucible of Adaptus.
that it is. So, what happened here? What was the last recordings you have before people stopped showing up here?
Project work continued, and then we powered down the lab and put it into safe mode.
Oh, so it's currently in the safe mode, not powered?
That's right,
How do we turn it on?
with your user access.
Oh. Which panel would we be using?
Me.
Ah,
I'm PowerLink. PowerLink.
hyperlink.
Hyperlink. God damn it. It's one in one ear out the other from my own mouth.
So, are you only authorizing scientist class robots, or who's the target user here?
Well, you're here, so you must be. You were able to access my black box.
Yes, we are all scientists here. All of us. We are authorized to be here.
Well,
That's right. You had access to my black box.
Exactly.
Well, I guess authorize them flutter because you've opened it, right? So we know that works.
I don't speak ancient Cybertronian now.
Repeat after me.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I'll let it go.
Okay. Could you power on, please?
I am powered on.
Could you power on this facility?
Yes, sir. He just kind of walks up to you, expectantly.
Well, Arene.
You're just tapping him.
Well,
touching his
I'm in my
face.
like drone form, so I just like
Cut yourself
tip
and just
forward
rip a
and
hole over
like.
him.
You need to.
Would you like a help menu user?
Yes, I would.
Okay. Please pick up the starter key and insert it into the power station.
But you're so big.
I'll walk.
This issue has not been documented before. A trouble ticket will be opened for future resolution.
So just saying, this place probably draws a lot of energon, which we don't have.
I mean, it has a lot of edge on it, probably.
I just picture there's
Are
like
you
an
guys
ice.
translating for hyperlink?
Yes.
Don't worry, user. The Crucible of Infinity will power this place indefinitely.
What's the Crucible of Infinity?
The power source for this facility that powers it indefinitely. As a Class 1 scientist, you have access to this knowledge. Would you like me to open a trouble ticket for orientation?
Yes.
Ticket opened.
I'm just picturing there's like an IT worker somewhere in this facility who's been asleep for millions of years. He just wakes up, he's like, oh my god.
I have tickets?
I mean, there's that one guy in stasis.
I'm gonna pick him up.
Oh! He's like, oh boy!
Where's the port?
He points to where you have to plug him in.
I'll go there and I'll...
He's like a USB stick that fits in your normal-sized hands.
Okay.
Normal-sized hand, so plug in. The facility starts powering up and all the lights come on. This place is blinding white.
Is he still talking to us in his USB stick form?
He can.
What is the purpose of this facility?
This is a research and development facility for the celestial bureaucracy.
Yeah, but what were you researching?
We are researching various projects for the celestial bureaucracy.
Carbon-based,
Would you like to know more about the carbon silicon project?
yes.
Sure thing. He brings up schematics on all the screens and stuff.
Similar to what my own people were doing back when we were off-world. A lot of our resin research was based off this manner of advancement.
We were correlating data from Cybertron's own production of energon and superstructure material. We then what's what I'm looking for? We then cross-referenced the natural carbon-based life form growth cycle to create our own version of superstructure growing material.
Tell me more about this Crucible of Infinity.
The Crucible of Infinity is the power source for this facility.
Where is it located?
It's located under the main reactor panel.
And it provides energon?
Correct.
Is there a way we can siphon this energon off to help the people upstairs?
I mean, just take a power cord and plug it in. I bet there's a couple spare ones. Just siphon it a little bit off. They won't even notice the difference because it's so large in comparison to what they need.
The Crucible is a self-contained Einstein-Rosen bridge. He uses those names, by the way.
I'm gonna
off.
as he starts saying that and we're getting translation stuff, I just look to Necronom. Like, wow.
It siphons power from Cybertron's sun.
They're just like the cat.
Oh.
They're just like a cat?
The guardian
The
cat.
Yeah, I was confused too. I was like, what?
Similar to your own
Didn't you
technology.
know that the cats are on solar energy?
I was like, is that why they like to nap in the sunshine? What's happening here?
Boop, 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 boop.
They're actually plants.
Is it not similar to your own, the Skybridge technology you have? I believe it is based on similar technology. You open a Skybridge into the sun and siphon energy from it.
Yup.
The wonders of this device is the energon converter built into its structure. It
Mm.
converts solar energy into pure energon.
Wouldn't that drain the sun eventually?
Eventually, user.
I mean,
How long would it take to drain the sun?
The timetable, it gives you a timetable in rotations of the galaxy.
Okay, then that's fine.
I mean,
That sounds like we're draining our sun, guys. That's not a good
the
thing.
sun's already draining itself by radiating into space. So much wasted
Yeah,
heat.
it's already doing that, and then we're also draining a bunch of
No, it
this
just opens a
infinity
portal in its
engine.
corona that siphons off that explosion into power.
It does give me a thought that a possible alternative energy source for all of Cybertron may be tapping into the stars around. We do have the technology within you to open more sky bridges. If we could replicate that.
Well, mine are ground bridges, very short distance. You'd need a space bridge technology for that, which the cat has, but I definitely don't.
Space bridge stations are offline across the planet.
While this conversation is going on, I'm going to find a supply closet and start pulling out spare power conduits and rigging up a siphon.
Yeah.
Also, Necron just kind of thinks towards that highly advanced research ship that Tarantulas is on that could probably fully facilitate this kind of research for.
I mean, probably that highly, advanced science ship maybe also siphons the energy from the sun and is powered similarly, so.
Well, they have to be getting that energon from somewhere to power everything, so
Yep.
it's quite the possibility.
I mean, we're talking about recreating the golden age of Cybertron technology here. It's been done before, but it'll take a while to bring everything back online. So it's not beyond the possibility to power Cybertron back up with all the power of the sun. It'll just take a while.
Space bridge located.
Excuse me?
I was running your inquiry about a space bridge terminal.
Where is there a space bridge?
It brings up orbital shots from Cybertron still functioning, sky network. And out in the sea of rust, there is a blighted landscape of explosions and craters, and there's a half-destroyed tower still smoldering, and there's energy kind of coursing through the area. It appears the station is under repairs.
I think that's the other things Mesoteros was after.
For those of you that were in the war, that was the weird fucking structure that opened up when the Ark was leaving with the Autobots on board, that Megatron followed and opened up a hole in space and time. It was the last battle of the war.
Shouldn't that be near Titan Glass Fall then?
Nope. Different part of the planet.
Mesoteros Fall was just
Out in the Sea of Rust, where
Ark
the old
was.
civilizations used to be.
Tarantulas Fall was where the Ark just launched from. They didn't just necessarily launch from the same place, because I think someone else opened the space bridge or something?
Yes, someone else turned that space bridge on,
Yeah.
and it opened up a hole above Cybertron, which the Ark flew through with the
Yep.
Nemesis.
Hyperlink, do you know of any other research or storage facilities near here?
All other facilities seem to be offline. I do have a mobile command center on my radar.
Where is that?
It brings up a map of Cybertron and it shows in orbit it zooms in on the burning remains of Tarantulas' ship.
It's fine if they're offline. I'm looking for anything they might have stored in them. Old supplies, relics.
Sure. Logging into vessel.
Oop.
You have cameras on the inside of the vessel.
Ooh.
Handshake connect. Handshake received.
I start going through all of the cameras, starting at the bow and heading to the stern, and try and get a read of how many people are on board.
Is the
and what
bow
they're
the
doing.
front?
It's one end to the other. I don't know myself.
Is it fucking antiport? Starport?
starport.
So the bridge has Tarantulas on it, and there's a shuttle docked on the ship, and he looks like he's yelling at people, but the sound's off, but he's yelling at a bunch of people. He's like pacing back and forth with his hands behind his back, pointing and gesticulating, and nobody looks happy.
I was gonna say I read his lips, but then I realized they just have faceplates.
Yeah, he just has a faceplate.
Turn the volume on.
Read the reverberations in the.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. He's given them the business. You had one job, and you had a ship. You could just stay away from the giant weapon. It's like it was firing at us, then fly away from it. It put us into space. Funnily enough, this vessel also doubles as a space vessel. This vessel can get to space all on its own without a space bridge.
I want to go to the cameras in the science bay.
Yeah, like you were going forward.
Yeah.
So there's like a dozen Decepticons on board, and just swarms of Insecticons kept in different cargo bays and whatnot. As you go through, you can see that there's a medical science bay where they're patching up people that were hurt in the fight and trying to put them back together and recuperate them. In the main cargo bay, that giant Decepticon, Scorponok, is in there being worked on. He's all,
What a big baby.
We really fucked these guys over. So many stabs.
I mean, the cat did it. We're just there to witness it.
No,
We
we
named the
stabbed
cat.
a few of them. you shot what's his face?
You stabbed
Clay
him in the
guy.
spine.
The
You shot
shapeshifter.
makeshift a bunch of times.
Yeah.
The engine room has a bunch of damage to it, but it has this big round reactor core that has shielding going around, this big spark-looking device that could be a spark, could just be an energy core that's just rotating around, kind of like Event Horizon. It looks like the engine room from Event Horizon.
Oh no.
Hey, where we're going, you won't need eyes to see. There you go.
Only I can go there, guys. Sorry.
What?
It's now the me show.
What do you want to see on here?
I want to go to the science or research bay or wherever he's working on his projects. And I want to examine the screens and get an idea of what he's up to.
User, you're attempting to look at a computer terminal on the mobile command vessel.
Yes.
Would you like me to bring up that information on a local terminal?
No, because I don't want to admit that I didn't think of that.
Beautiful.
Yes, do that.
All right, a terminal nearby clones the terminal on the ship. You now have access to the Axelon.
Well, it's great that I can manually go through it now. Can you just download all of the information off the ship and we'll review it later?
Done.
Double onto me! For a little hyperlink.
Right. I'm going to start going through that and try and figure out what he's up to.
Okay. The most recent files, he actually has plans laid out that he's delegating to his minions, which is what they're called in the file.
Underlings.
There's a audio log between him and Megabyte, the big fuck off member of Necronom's people.
Yep.
It basically cuts to that. I can just put on Tarantulas' theme for that. No. No. How could they have known where you would be before you got there? I found a problem in our security system, Lord. It appears that access to your communications was compromised and messages were sent and information was sent from the ship to another location. Who could crack this system? I looked at the signature personally, Lord Tarantulas, and found that it carried a similar signature you'd communicated with previously through Hardshell. Go on. And he brings up schematics of what you would look like.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, it carries an LV signature. When you communicated with him through Hardshell, he sent a subsonic spectral frequency that loaded a worm into your communication array. It gestated there for several cycles until mutating making its way to your communications registry. From there, it acted as a hub point for him to see your files.
I mean, that's what we're doing right now.
That's clever. Too clever. He slams his fist, which like bleeds out oil and goo onto the panel, leaving a smear behind. I cannot allow these neutrals to exist as they do now. Megabyte, patch up these holes and ensure no other unfortunate communications get through to the ship. I think it's time we dealt with them. Yes, Lord Tarantulas, of course. I will ensure that the LVs do not, again, breach your security and send out messages. It will be done. And then Tarantulas starts laughing. And they both start laughing. And then Tarantulas eventually starts walking out of the room because Megabyte's much better at laughing than he is. It sounds darker and scarier because he's a giant xenomorph monster, and just closes the door. Like they both kind of compete for a while, and then Tarantulas just leaves.
I mean, to be fair, Megabyte is voiced by Tony J.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Megabyte, you always worry.
Is his name actually
Sneaky
fucking
one.
Megabyte?
Yeah, his name's Megabyte.
Okay.
Before, actually, I guess I shouldn't talk about it because you can technically command lore about him. But if you want, I can give you a brief backstory
Yes.
that I thought up.
Yeah.
Megabyte was known as Kilobyte when he was originally on your ship, and he was a data technician. When you guys were going to uprise against the autocracy on the planet, he became your data intrusion specialist, like your hacker, and he rechristened himself Megabyte.
I think we all like rechristened ourselves.
Yeah, exactly. You all took on cool names. You all took on
Yeah.
code names.
Yeah.
And reimagined yourself. And yeah, when you were doing the alt form process, he made himself one of the big protectors to like be able to keep the hive safe.
He always believed sacrifices needed to be made. But with that information we have from that conversation, I believe we can avert the worst of his good intentions.
File number 2? Is that... Where's that?
There is something key to it. He's sending out a contingent of Decepticons to enslave the LVs. The directive to Dreadwing, who's going to be there in person, is twofold. Or it goes like this. The LVs can live or be free, but not both. Make it happen.
Freedom and living are our two favorite things.
You only get one. You get one McDonald's Happy Meal.
We know the time period, like the time stamp, when Megabyte contacted us with that information,
Yes.
right? So I'm going to rewind the video cameras to that point in time and try and catch Megabyte making the transmission.
Yeah, you totally do.
Okay.
So
We're gonna
he's
record that.
he's like a spy on their ship right now, right?
Yeah, he's our man on the inside. He also understands that he has to defer blame and suspicion
Yeah, so
elsewhere.
we should definitely save your people, but try not to rat out the spy.
I'm just recording the footage so I have it.
So, something interesting happens while you're doing that, by the way.
Okay.
He's saying a signal, and then the door opens behind him, and he turns, and Counterpunch walks in. What are you doing, Megs? Nothing. I'm doing work for Tarantulas. What are you doing in this area? It's off limits to traitors. It's very interesting that we're both in this room, then, Megabyte. Very interesting. Watch your tailpipe, or whatever it is you call it. And he just kind of backs away to the shadows.
That Nega Punch may be a bigger threat than we think.
Now you want to track him throughout the ship, throughout the time, so once to figure out whether, like, oh, counterpunch goes to the shadow and then some punch emerges somewhere else.
Can we continue recording them even when we go elsewhere? If we can keep a constant surveillance on their ship, even with our friends upstairs, we may be able to know their every move. We'll no longer be at a disadvantage when he attacks various colonies.
Well, when we run this Energon up there, we'll get a lot more of them online. I'm sure they'd be able to spare some staff.
Very true. We should do that and then make way to your colonies post-haste.
So, Tarantulas has 3 missions he's sending people out on.
Okay.
He's going to have your people enslaved so you can use them as a workforce, or completely killed and burned to the ground so you can't, be used against him anymore.
Mm-hmm.
He now has a second ship. Like, you see that? He has a fleet now. Another ship called the Ethereal was uninterred from the Sea of Rust and has joined this vessel. And they're both on their way to Iacon, where he first touched down and wrecked the place, to open up the Seal of the Primes. Their combined firepower can breach it, which he couldn't before with only one ship, because it's that well defended.
Okay. So
The third thing is he is sending a contingent that might include himself personally, going out to find what's called the Prophet. He has to head to a civilization called... Where is it? Old Callus. He says that he has intel that Counterpunch has brought to him that the Void Filter Mystics have survived there, and they have a prophet among them that can decode his information he needs.
The fuck is the Void Filter Mystics?
Nothing in the records you guys have.
Shit.
Your people are nomadic and spread out, yes? There's no form of communication between all of them?
I mean, we pass information from tribe to tribe, fight to fight.
If some of them were attacked, would they meet somewhere central? Could
If
they be,
we sent out distress,
which they would do if they were hunted down by Tarantulas, which means they might meet somewhere, which means they would all be in one place if they were attacked.
we would all go home.
or if someone would spoof the signal, someone that's a perfect spy master.
We have options here, and we need to decide which. All three of these could be a great threat, but clearly your people must come first to you.
Absolutely.
Did you want to dig
If I can...
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
No, you were talking in character. Keep going.
If I could warn them, if I could get a message out to the flights, it would spread. They'd know to disperse, go to ground, hide, spread across Cybertron, not gather in one place.
It would give them a bigger chance and a longer time that we could spend preventing these other nefarious plots.
Unless,
It's hard to-
again, some spy master would counter that, saying that's fake news. Maybe the whole comms will be compromised, and nobody will be able to trust one another.
We have codes that he doesn't know. I guarantee it.
I mean, if all the LVs have those codes, eventually someone will break.
Not if we warn them first.
You said you were following Counterpunch on the vid?
Yeah.
So this came up, if you follow him enough and fast forward it, you can go to a few days ago. Around the time just before this conversation was about to take place, Counterpunch walks into one of the prison bays this has, like the brig. There are a few LVs in there. He walks up, it looks like he taunts them and shit, and then as he's turning away, one of his access keys falls off of this person and rolls into the jail cell. And he just waits at the door, not looking at it for a little bit, then he leaves. Then those LVs break out.
Huh.
Then they're compromised. That seemed way too convenient.
It did. The Megabyte also called him a traitor.
From what I've seen of the Decepticons now, they all have their own plans, conflicting plans.
Yes, maybe he just wants to get rid of Megabyte. Maybe
True
that's
enough.
why he freed them. Okay, okay.
Also, Blur's in that cell. Blur, he's not a
That's the one, right.
He's silver and blue, and he's in his cell, and he's tapping his feet, and he's just talking at high speed.
Is there anyone else in there? Like, Blur said that they had his family.
There's some LVs in there. And there's another Autobot in there. He looks like he might be he looks like a cop. He looks like an autocracy police officer.
You already know him?
Blue Streak.
Good name for a cop.
I know, right? Transformer names were always really evocative. That's kind of why they were key.
Clearly his beast mode is a pig.
Brother, I'm one of you.
We need to figure out what they have on Blur so we can free him.
Had he not stated what they have on him?
He
A
said that
bomb
they're...
collar on his neck.
Oh, he doesn't have a bomb collar on his neck.
Where's Bomb in him?
on this spark case?
I mean,
He has a bomb on his chest cavity. It's round and black and has a Decepticon symbol on it and has like things drilled into him and it has a little radio signal that like goes up and down. It's like a talk box.
Couldn't he like vibrate his way out of that because he's so fast?
So you cut into the conversation with Blur. It's like, I'm just going to vibrate really fast. I'm going to get you out of here. You're never getting done. I'll be free. I'll get Blue Streak out of here. We'll escape and that'll be the end of you. Ah, shut up, Blur. You give one more sentence from that voice box of yours and I'll blow up. That'll be the end of ya. The bomb is a
It's
Decepticon.
alive? Oh.
It's a prisoner from the prison.
Huh.
Blowhard.
I'm just saying,
Excellent
sometimes...
name.
Which, if you're a wrecker, you would have that file on hand. Blowhard. He and his brothers were arrested under high treason for trying to infiltrate the Decepticon High Command ranks and take them hostage.
He got that name in prison. It was not a good time for anyone.
Well, there was this brief time period of time where Megatron wasn't in the war for a couple cycles, and it was because one of Blowhard's brothers tried to control Megatron and take him hostage, and Megatron called his bluff. And the rest of them were put in torture prison forever.
Nice. Just saying, if he got set off, I would deal with two problems in one.
What?
I'm just saying, if he got set off, it would deal with two problems in one.
I'm like indignantly saying what, and you just repeat yourself.
Excuse me? Oh, let me repeat it.
Good of the many.
Kill all or one.
If they are releasing him every time we are trying to deal with one of these issues, he may be a threat that does need to be neutralized.
So we find a way to neutralize Blowhard.
Yes. Perhaps a focused EMP. Or, yeah, a proper snipe. Shoot him through his chassis in such a way that he's disabled without killing Blur, I suppose.
The problem is that he's so fast. Like, how are we supposed to even... You have traps. We should do traps.
Though we do not know.
Oh, but he
if
has other hostages.
I mean, does he?
That's what Blur said. No, I don't think
What
he's
does Blur
alive.
know?
We don't see any. Maybe
Yeah,
he's talking
Blue
about
Streak.
Blue Streak.
There were 3 problems
Does
at
Blue
once.
Streak have a bomb on him?
Yep. The bombs are talking to each other.
So we'd have to take out both at the same time.
Just kind of looks at the screen at this cop from, it's like, yes, I'm sure that's ideal.
Just remember when you were younger and he pulls over, you carrying? He's like, what? Puts a gun next to you. Officer down, falls over on fire. Then beating you in prison? Yes.
I mean, my character was one of the good ones, so I'm sure he had plenty of it, like,
Plenty of
peaceful protests.
great cop experience.
Yes.
Ah. So the color of your chassis didn't shield you from all the cop abuse?
So they've escaped. Maybe they're compromised in some way, some kind of... Not kill switch, that's the word I'm looking for. Some kind of altering in their program.
There is one last thing that you can derive from this. There seems to be a core file that all of Tarantulas' research is based around.
Ooh.
Okay.
Encrypt it.
I guess this could be overcome or look closely.
I'm gonna look closely.
Sure, go
Because
for it.
I'm good at it. I swear to God.
I'll give you an advantage.
9 plus 2 is 11.
Holy shit! All right, you get 3 questions about
No,
this.
it's 10. Sorry.
Holy shit! You get 3 questions about this thing. So yeah, you're able to decrypt it.
Okay. What is its central thesis?
A holographic recreation of a sliver of metal appears on the screen. It's gold colored and is made of kind of inferior, not refined materials. It's a piece of a data disk Tarantulas found.
Oh.
He calls it OTA-1.
What information is there in here that Tarantulas doesn't want me to know?
The disc is from the future.
How can I use this information to hurt Tarantulas?
He needs technology to decrypt it to understand its secrets. Keeping him unable to decode the disc means he can't further his ultimate goal of understanding. He was able to get a single still from it, like by scanning it and stuff.
What's this still?
It is a image of Megatron, blurry, talking as if it's a recording of him talking to like whoever is reading the disc. And the timestamp is millions of metacycles in the future, where he's still alive. The reports on this show that Tarantulas found this when he was out exploring the galaxy. He came across it on like the wreckage of some godforsaken planet and analyzed it, found out it had tachyons on it and was clearly displaced from time. When he started to analyze it, he recognized that it had alien signatures to it, but also Cybertronian handiwork. He was able to pull that image from it, and he started to trace the crash site where it came from, and eventually found in the gravity well of a black hole his ship, the Axelon. He's convinced his ship isn't a Knights of Cybertron relic, it's from the future. A future where the Autobots win the Great War.
Well, I mean, the future's looking bright.
So, bomb.
And that's what he's trying to avert.
Well, we know what we have to do, but first we have to warn my people.
Yeah. Let's focus on one thing at a time.
What if they don't actually know... Okay, so two things. What if he freed the LVs in prison so that he could lead Tarantulas' folks to where your people go? Or secondly, what if when we go, that's what leads him there? We have to make sure we're not followers, basically what I'm saying.
So, as I understand, we have the download on the 3 overall plans. Do we know what stage they're at?
Yes.
One better? So let's destroy home, breach the Seal of Primes, and find the prophets.
So, let me go to my plans section. Enslave the LVs is at stage 1. Secure the treasure beneath Icon is stage 1. And secure the prophet is stage 0. He's just putting together information on how to get his team working for this.
Okay.
How he wants to approach it.
Do we get any information about where he's sending his generals / himself, or is that still too early to tell?
I can tell you exactly who's going to the LV thing, because that's underway now.
And the primes, right?
That's a little more fluid right now.
Okay.
But for the LVs, his General Dreadwing will be there. So will... Oh yeah, you guys just know who these people are because you have access to the ship.
Oh yeah, so we have access to his staff dossiers.
Yeah. Demolisher will be there. As will his duo team, Frenzy and Rumble. He's also sending a huge contingent of Insecticons that he still has control over.
The more of those we wipe out, the better.
Okay. So the big problem here is that the LV home will be at risk and the plans are already underway. Also, if we look at reaching the Seal of the Primes, that'll probably be another ancient facility like this one or something of similar magnitude, and Buffalo's ship will be there. So if somehow we manage to take all of them out, that will be a huge blow to his forces.
The LVs being enslaved would also be a huge blow to us, however. They're information brokers. The information they have on other possibly hidden facilities or survivors could ruin them.
If he's looking for hidden technology and secrets of this world so that he can unlock what's on that data thing, my people are an excellent tool that would further that end if he were to enslave us.
I was saying that us saving this place meant that he got another ship. What if he get the third ship, and the fourth, and the fifth? He builds a flotilla.
And if we'd stopped him freeing the ship, he would have had access to this laboratory.
Yep.
You can see from the tech here, this laboratory could recreate all the data left on that disk. It has a transfinite, what's the word for it? Quantum engine that could probably recreate the missing parts of it, and like actually rebuild it with its data intact.
Had we an army, we wouldn't have to make these sacrifices. But as it is, we need to pick and choose the best options, both morally and whatever gives us the best advantage.
Yeah, as it stands right now, he'll only have a scout group at the Iacon facility trying to figure out what they're going to do before they blow it open. So there's a presence there now, but it's very small.
Well, I'm going to go help the LVs. You coming, Flutter?
Absolutely.
Alright. How about you guys?
I mean, you could split up.
That would be way dangerous.
I'm like literally walking to the door as I'm saying this.
I'm going to bundle up all the cables and start pulling them towards the elevator.
Yeah. Well, the door's going to close on them.
I'll prop the door open.
It won't work like that. The whole thing like rotates and tessellates when it fires up the maglev. You guys are much deeper than you actually believe you are.
Probably just drill straight up.
Yeah.
Much deeper than you think you are.
Hey, Hyperlink, is there some way of routing a little bit of power up to the higher facilities?
What higher facilities?
Well, out from this facility through the elevator up.
To the surface?
Yeah, to the surface.
No, this is a self-contained unit.
I guess we bring people down here.
Alternatively, you can bring down giant empty cubes and fill them with energon like they were gas.
Sure. I mean, we can just let the people up there know that
we do
this
have
is down here.
One of the transformers here is a tanker of energon, so
That's you! You're a tanker of
there's
energon.
someone else as well. Who was it? Yeah, a lazy note.
You could basically give these people full access to the place, and they can start filling up energon cubes to give to people up top. You know, like in any of the cartoon where they just make these giant empty invisible cubes, fill it with gasoline, and that's energon, and they just haul it back to base.
We'll inform Cup's group as well. They can come here and get supplies. These two can work together.
So Inferno, apparently, at least how you describe it, he's a big garbage truck, but he's an altered energon truck.
Yeah, he is. It's a flamethrower. He's so crazy.
Unlimited power.
To remind you, he carved his face up to look like the Decepticon symbol.
Metal.
Yeah, he's crazy.
Did we already get fellowship with these people?
No, actually, because he didn't solve their problem, which was they needed fuel.
Which is what we're doing exactly right now.
Exactly.
Yeah, so we will let them know about this solar power so they can start.
So, do we want a scene select to that?
Yeah.
Where, like, you bring them down here and show them the power core and, like, the energy outputs and stuff? Well, this is astounding.
I do believe that solves your energy crisis, does it not?
Rhinox kind of is looking through this place. How did you find this facility? This is ancient.
The beast.
Guardian.
They
We
got
were
it
on top of a solution to our problems the entire time.
Yes.
Thank you.
With this, I do believe you can wake up many of your soldiers, many of the Cybertronians.
We could become mobile if we need to and leave this place.
But then you would leave this place unguarded.
But we could leave this place.
You could.
Yes. Once we
There's a sort of there's a tactical advantage to not being held down by wounded.
Well, also, I guess, if you'd be leaving, just make sure that the Guardian closes this place.
Once we all need to mobilize against Tarantulas, which we will need to do eventually, having this fortress as a moving base would be excellent.
We'll start rationing out resources immediately. You've saved us.
Because even the Titans that stand also need some energy on. Maybe even if we've got enough, we could bring Metroplex back online with this.
Whew.
It
Yeah.
would take a lot of trips, but
And for the time being, you can trade supplies.
yes.
Need anything you might need.
Yeah, Titan's Last Stand has a surplus of weaponry, which this place needs, and Titan's Last Stand needs Energon, which this place
Again,
has.
if they got enough energon, Metroplex will be online, and he will be able to come over here by
Yeah.
himself to reinforce this place. He's got everyone. So, yeah.
Yeah, we can work something out. I could go flying.
Additionally, we are able to spy on Tarantulas' ship from here. So if any of you are capable,
And
yes,
then all just kind of like, what?
What the fuck?
we have direct access.
We can wake up Mastermind and Brainiac.
Who are they?
Scientists. Eggheads.
We need more of those.
Yep.
Yeah, they had to go offline decacycles ago.
Yeah. Whatever happens, we can't let Tarantulas get his hands on this, otherwise he might set some plans in motion that are beyond...
Well, scrap that.
Yeah. So...
All right, yeah, you all hand off this facility to the Shrine of Rust.
Yeah, this is the Shrine of Rust.
Yeah, you hand off this facility to the Shrine of Rust, this source of power, and they'll put it to use.
Yep.
I'm going to pause while I put together the fellowship options you can pick now that you've solved their energy crisis.
Nice.
All right, we're back. So you all give them the access to the source of power. Also, because you guys have claimed a source of power, Tarantulas permanently loses one of his overlord stats, and you have chosen to take away his enigmaticness, his unknowable quality, because now you know exactly what he's up to, and you can track him and keep eyes on him. Conversely, you also now have access to the fellowship of this location. They don't really have a faction, or they're not like dwarves or elves or anything. It just doesn't go that way, and I don't think I need to give that. I don't think I need to assign that to anything.
Like, it usually doesn't matter unless it's for some specific...
Let me know if you wanted like a goddamn Destiny book or not.
Yeah.
We'll say that this counts for one of them if you need to, you know, if it fits.
Yeah.
So I gave you 3 options: Ancestral Spirits, Dwarven Hospitality, and an Ancient Library, and you chose Ancestral Spirits as the fellowship move this community now gives you.
Yep.
So, your deeds have awakened the spirits of your ancestors who have been laid to rest here. These ghostly spirits will haunt any minion of the Overlord who attempts to enter this place, driving them out and causing them great harm. This community can never fall to the Overlord. If the Overlord had plans to destroy this community, they lose those plans now. So, you've woken up all these old Cybertronians and Ancients below, you know, going through the catacombs, bringing out a stasis lock, and they'll defend this place. They can't be taken now.
Yep.
Awesome. Perfect.
Just take,
So
now just take all the LVs and put them here.
I mean, the LVs are their own community. You don't want to disassemble that. So, there is a way to get to home, the LV's place. It is guarded by natural terrain that makes it especially hard to locate when people go to back home. And are you going to lead these people here, Flutter?
Who's with us?
You guys and all of your buddies.
So, yeah, I guess you guys, we're not taking anyone from here, right? We're not bringing...
Unless you want to.
Yeah.
You have bonds with them. They'll accompany you on the fellowship.
I mean, you could just try saving them up for later, because it doesn't look like we need them right now, does it?
I'm just gonna ask Angulon actually. Like, we're heading out again. Tarantulas has a few plans on the go, and there's people in need of help. If you want to come, I want to extend an invitation.
My alternator's shot to scrap. I might slow you down. You okay with that?
Absolutely. You're a
All
doctor.
All right.
Yeah, I'll go to Jetfire as well. We're heading out. My people are in danger, and we need to save them. This area is safer now. I was wondering if you would come with us.
Well, I don't know. It can be, I can't really just leave these people, can I? Gearshift's like, come on, man, you can go. We got more than enough soldiers here. We don't need another flyer. We got plenty. You sure? All right. All right. I'll accompany you along.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Want to repay the debt?
I'll take you all on this journey, but there may be parts of it where I'll have to blind your sensors.
My.
You know what? Fair enough.
To get to home, like Home, all capital, the fortress of the LVs, their community, their meeting place, you have to go through the forest of fragmented memories. It is a natural war fallout area that will confuse you, trick you, and try to get you lost forever in a sea of damaged data and repeating ghost signals.
Once we get to home, there's a sensor beacon there. We use it to call people in, but it can also be used to send a distress signal that will keep people away. It's the only one of its kind. It can't be replicated, it can't be spoofed. If we get there, we'll be able to tell my people to go to ground.
And what do we do with the sensor afterwards, once we send the signal?
What do you mean?
If someone else gets to it and then calls people in later.
If they get to home, it's all over for us.
Just a bug net.
Once we activate the sensor and we tell my people to go to ground, we go and we find the strike team that's been sent out to enslave my people, and we show them what happens when they mess with us.
We make an example of them.
Well, if we don't take it by force, I mean, they won't be able to get the LVs, then we might just make Tarantulas waste resources on some pointless endeavor here, while we do something else.
Sending a message isn't pointless, especially not when it's about the freedom of my people.
And who is he sending again? Who's going to be on this mission?
So there was a big swarm made for it, but they can't send. They don't have the marshalling for it now. They sent out a scout team, which is Dreadwing and 2 others.
Demolisher, Frenzy, and Rumble.
Yeah. So the Vanguard will be there.
Okay.
But if you let this get onto level 2, then there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 swarms of Insecticons and other Decepticons that'll be there, and then they'll capture them. They'll scoop them up into a bag.
And sorry, who was the first one you said?
Dreadwing.
Dreadwing. Who's
The General.
Who's he again?
Big flying Decepticon jet with a machine gun who is honor bound.
Honor guy, okay.
There's 2 of them, Dreadwing and Skyquake.
Yeah, just trying to figure out who's who.
Slavery sounds awfully dishonorable.
I mean, yeah, it sounds like that, but
It's his personal code, I
Yeah,
think.
exactly.
Yeah.
We'll have to figure out what his code is, basically, to
Yeah. Alright, let's head out.
okay, you leave this place behind. Kaon drifts on the horizon as you speed away. Are you all inside of you? Like you can haul people now?
I
Okay.
don't go inside of him, I fly ahead.
Okay. No one else does. Everyone stays inside for hauling to conserve their energy.
comfortable.
Yeah. Everyone's quiet as you make the journey to the forest, which was called?
The Forest of Fragmented Memories.
Jeez, that's a cool name.
Oh yeah, you missed that?
Yeah.
I figured. No one reacted. So this is the remains of some sort of power installation. So there are energon condenser towers, solar panels, and planetary harvesters built into it. They've all exploded and shattered, but the weird reality of how the autocracy built this place has left gravity fucked up. So there's just strands of crystal and destroyed tower and energy spikes just floating all over the place. As soon as you get in, your radars and your sensors outside of your visual system start skitzing out.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's a white zone. There's no signals coming through.
Tread carefully. This place is full of traps.
Yeah. You, Flutter, know the path. There is one route through this place to home. If you go off the trail, you'll be lost. You'll be gone. People who've tried to get in here before have tried to follow you and stuff, and they've gotten lost, and you've never seen them again. Or you'll find their bodies, and they'll be malformed, or they'll be old. This place does weird things. There's something wrong with it. All you have to do is follow the road. If you deviate from it, you're dead.
Hey guys, what's that over there?
Oh yeah.
The path is big enough for multiple
Yeah, the path is more like a guideline. Like it's kind of like this route you must take, things you must avoid, shadows you can't cross. So yeah, everyone kind of gets ready. They start to try to calibrate their sensors, and they get ready to follow you, Flutter, because you're the one who knows the path.
Okay.
Should we tie a little rope to you so we don't get lost? Everyone tie it to themselves?
Someone get an extension cable. Well, they're all inside of you, right?
Yeah. So
They're gonna get out and stuff, and like try to keep eyes on dangers coming through. Like if the Decepticons are coming through here, they want to be trapped inside of Multiplex if he gets shot.
But if they're inside Multiplex, we can close the blast windows and they won't know the path.
well, it's up to you, Flutter. How do you want to go about this?
I'd prefer if they didn't know the way, even if it means that if someone attacks us, it'll take a round to get out.
I'll go with you on that. There's
Breakout can come outside because Breakout is a wrecker.
Yeah.
And the wreckers defended the LVs.
Yeah,
So
I don't think we have that bond still.
No, we don't, but it's still a thing that
It's
happens.
a fact that occurred.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
You can't just rip it out like a page from a book.
I'm comfortable with you knowing the path. Multiplex, you'll have to keep your eyes closed.
I mean, didn't I have it on that I'm the friend of LVs or something?
Yeah, I think
and
he
then
said-
it got erased.
Oh.
But yeah, okay, you were named as a friend to the LVs as well. So
Presumably something happened.
the
right?
two of you can know the path.
What about Necronom?
Sorry, Necronom.
Erasing one of those bonds.
But that's how we'll go.
Okay.
I guess we could also form a bond now, because hey, we're working together here, going to the forest, and because I think you have one empty bond you can take with me.
Yeah.
All right. So you begin traveling through the forest. There are crystal spires and reflective panels. This place has severely dark shadows, but also really bright lights everywhere, like spotlights through a storm. They're just like passing through. Like this place has a lot of like visual noise and like actual. It's actually pretty quiet here. Like there's not a lot of like noise of destruction. It's more deathly silent. The kind of silence you usually don't get on Cybertron. Yeah, actually, kind of like the shimmer from Annihilation.
Yep.
This place is wrong. So, all right, you guys are traveling through this place. What I'm gonna just swing the spotlight to each of you, and tell me what you're up to, what you're doing.
I'm going to be actually split up right now, and my two triple foxes as well.
Okay.
So we're going to be keeping an eye on the back of the place we're going through, making sure no one's following us. Keeping an eye out all over there.
Just put all of them on multiplex, just rolling on by, just have my little turrets or something.
Basically, yeah, we're going to be making sure we're not followed.
Okay.
And erasing any, footsteps or anything we have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how much, dust or whatever collects here, but...
There's a silent wind that blows through here. Like, you can see dust and, debris being scattered about and, gravity being weird. Like, stuff suspended in the air.
Yeah.
Flutter?
For once, my recording suite is actually offline, and I am flying ahead and scouting the path and taking the historic route through the maze and leading everyone, and in my mind just mentally going over the speech that I'm going to have to give when I get to home, explaining why I let other people know the path, because it is going to be a thing.
Yeah, it is.
Can you erase memories?
World War I, Trench War.
Bullet to the head.
So, yes, but it might make you, the Kennedy sister.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with that stuff. It requires advanced, medicine and stuff.
That we're probably not going to let them apply to us.
Yeah, no.
Let's use Ambulon for that. He can do it.
He is a doctor.
Yeah.
I guess the Necronome's kind of sitting in the dark going over the files that we caught from that laboratory, especially the carbon-based stuff. Just because it's very similar to his own research back on, well, the planet.
I'll just look at the scenery, because, hey, you don't really see Cybertron messed up in this specific way all that often.
Yeah, this is science gone awry.
Yeah.
You're going over those files. That research they were doing, the source of it was alien stuff they encountered off-world. There's actually a file on the species that you copied, but it relegates them as just a minor silicon species that isn't related to Cybertronians that are acceptable. They're just pleasant to study because they don't really interact with the researchers.
Yeah.
Yeah, xenomorphs from Alien and Aliens just do nothing to robots. They're just like, oh, they're neat.
Yeah.
Just cover them in raisin and make them part of the hive.
I said raisins.
Yeah, raisins.
That's what I heard.
Like the ones with the sunglasses and with the 2 scoops.
Yeah. That's why the androids always survive, except for the one who got torn in half.
Except for they never do.
They do, but they don't. They're ignored by the xenomorphs more.
Yeah.
I mean,
And you guys are huge. And
Yeah.
xenomorphs are teeny.
yeah.
They're like pets. Like the explorers were just like, these are... They treated them like they were rats or birds. Like, what an interesting animal we found. Look at their little hives. Look at their little, structure.
So it mentioned that this came from off-world, this carbon-based research. Does it give a specific answer as to where? Or
It looks like even in the Knights of Cybertron age, it was classified. It came from an advanced research team into deep space. They found something. They say it came from outside the galaxy, in the depths of space between the void.
That's concerning. So the files, because they're locked down, they're probably not in. They weren't in.
No,
that research
references
facility.
files you didn't have clearance for that weren't transferred over.
Does it give an answer as to where those would be kept, what facility?
Probably with the central government authority, but that's long gone.
Scrap you.
I mean, the last place would be Iacon, because Iacon's actually built on an old Knights of Cybertron city, but it's been decimated from
Yeah.
the war.
Well, we found this one. There might be others, but yeah.
It'll
Just
only
flipping
be
through that
frag-
research, finding anything of interest.
Yeah. It'll only be fragments now. Everything's broken.
Okay. As you guys are traveling, a light goes off in the distance, bright enough that it actually goes through your hull.
Oh.
So when this happens, it's like a strobe light effect, but because it's so bright, if you're inside your hull and people are looking at the wall, it actually it looks like a clear window for a moment with weird shadowy outlines where it X-rays through your body. There is a large lighthouse structure and it is blinking rainbow strobe lights out. Anyone who was part of the war, that is a distress signal. Universal SOS.
Flutter, is that part of the...
Don't veer from the path.
Okay, because there might be some people
Don't
lost
veer
there.
from the path.
It's not our problem.
Can you tell who sent it?
It's most likely a test.
It's a universal distress signal. It's just SOS. So, the most heroic character among you must roll Overcome.
I would say yes.
I mean, usually Flutter has been quite, heroic, but...
He also
none of
knows
you.
exactly where not to go. So
You have to overcome following this distress signal and saving these people in danger.
And I don't get to roll a book because I'm not together right now. Do I have to roll twice? No, I don't.
But because are you working with us?
No, they all told you not to, so you're acting alone.
Okay. Nice
Yeah.
roll.
Yeah, I got a 6 and a 4, so I'm good.
10
Nice.
plus.
You steal your inner courage and go, no.
no, those people can die today.
It's really disconcerting. Even people inside the ship, they can see perfectly outside when that's happening. It's not cool.
Well, I just hope that it was a distraction and not an actual...
Even if it was an SOS, it is probably from when all this happened.
I mean...
Oh no, that SOS signal is recent. It was made in the war. It's current to the Autobot Decepticon fight,
Probably
not the
someone...
autocracy.
Probably someone went into this forest and got lost, and now they're sending a distress signal, hoping for anyone to answer it before they become a permanent fixture of this place.
Or that is a permanent fixture. Let's avert thine eyes.
Okay. As you continue down the road, the ground starts changing consistency. You can feel it in your treads.
Well, the ground's getting weirder here.
It's looser, more silty, even though you're on like solid, Cybertronian foundation.
Feels like rust.
Do you stop to investigate?
Is that normal, Flutter? Should we check what's going on?
We're all flyers. I don't concern myself much with the ground.
Well, good for you. I mean,
I'll scoop up a handful of it.
Like you move away like that. The light is almost like a mist. It's almost like a fog that's also light. It's luminescent ether almost, like aired out energon, like energon that's taken on like a gas. And like you kind of scoop it aside, and you see a Cybertronian face staring back at you from the ground.
Oh god.
Another face in the chest cavity of this Cybertronian.
that's
Tap their optics.
One of the eyes kind of just rolls and flicks a bit. A light kind of clicks on for a moment, like static electricity sparking.
There's people here.
Well, there are definitely bodies here. Question is,
You could route your vents to the fog to like clear it out.
do we want to expose this
Yeah.
ourselves to this? Fine.
You move the luminescent energon out of the way. It's coalescing rainbow patterns filtering out. And this entire road you're on, the entire ground, is like a hive of bodies that have melted together.
Oh.
There's thousands and thousands of Cybertronians of different alt forms and shapes and sizes and colors and Decepticon and Autobot and older symbols. And it looks like they've been melted together and fused, and they're like growing out of each other and spliced and stuff, like they've been mutating. And it just goes on as the fog kind of starts to roll back in.
These are all people who thought they could plunder the wealth of home. Keep walking.
You sure is that, and not someone that also people that were used to be here before? Well, this went down, and
Well, we have Autobot and Decepticon symbols too, so
some
some of
them
them are newer at least.
People looking for help. People looking to hide from the war.
They didn't know the dangers of this place. Let's holy shit.
let's learn the lesson here. Rolling over all their corpses.
Alright,
Oh,
yeah.
they'd have to be dead to be corpses.
Well, they're not dead.
Well, as soon as the fog went off, they started to come out of stasis, and like optics were lighting up, and power lines started to flow. Like power lines in one chest cavity started to flow to arms of others and stuff, like a Tron maze. And then the fog rolls back over, and they go silent, insulated, like energy, like electricity being insulated by wiring.
Cue that one episode from Steven Universe, where, with the funeral was introduced, like,
Oh, this is just Annihilation.
I'm gonna climb back on Metroplex and not touch the ground anymore.
multiplex.
Multiplex.
There you go.
Oh god.
Yeah, Necrom's kind of done that xenomorph thing where they kind of curl up and like aren't paying attention to anything.
Because you assholes are narrating this inside of him. And it's like the ground is covered in bodies fused together by their metal.
Yeah, he's just kind of shut down from the world around him and is just losing himself in those files for a while.
As you travel down the road,
Cup of tea.
As you travel down the road, you'll get alerts on your heads-up displays. Like signals start going through.
Beep beep. What's this?
There's a rest stop nearby. Macadamia's Oil House had a location near here, and it's offering you to come on by to rest.
That's just a bar. We don't need that.
Well,
Rest, restock, resupply, get a full workover, an oil bath.
I mean, that oil was pretty good, but
They're safe here in the forest, so no one's come by to destroy it because of the war, so it's a neutral zone.
no, we have to ignore this. That oil was good, though.
I'm wondering if they're scanning our memories and like picking things out to try to lure us in. That is oh boy.
We have a profile on each one of you already.
Does anyone here have memories of bodies being fused together in the garage display?
Ambulance kind of looks off to the middle distance.
Okay, that tracks. That tracks. We pass on this golden opportunity.
Cool. So whoever is most likely to give up on the quest, which one of you is that? Who among you would be the most likely to give up because it's too awful? The Eternal War. There it
Yeah.
is.
This whole
Overcome.
war is awful.
Overcome to abandon this and follow the siren song of a nice neutral ground.
Overcome is
Blood.
rolled with blood. Oh man.
Flow.
Are you bad at blood?
I have 0 on it. So.
Oh, okay.
5.
So I failed.
Necronom scatters out into the forest.
Yeah, like you're compelled to follow the siren song.
Okay.
So, however you want to justify that.
Stop the obstacle. Choose one. You can pay a price to take the 10+ result, or you can create a temporary solution. Gonna pay the price.
Did you get 7 9?
Oh, 7 to 9. Oh, so under. Yeah, okay. Never
You
mind.
failed.
Absolutely failed. So, yeah, because he's a stealthy alien creature, he just kind of slithers out of.
My tailpipe.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
beast mode and just. Yeah.
Yeah, you're stealthy, so we wouldn't even fucking notice. Can we roll to notice?
No, he's gone. He's off the path.
I think we were preoccupied with everything that's going on here, especially us chattering about.
Oh yeah, definitely. And plus also, I don't want to... Oh.
Things moving in the distance.
Just gone.
Okay. So yeah, we'll
Get back
we'll
to you.
swing. No, we'll swing back to you now that you've left the party. All right, you're going through this place. It's confusing. This was immediately a mistake. You can see the oil house on the horizon, but when you move to it, you get turned around. The fog thickens up, and then you're going in the wrong direction. You can see it over your back.
No. Optical sensors aren't working here. Just.
Hey, you're getting messages from the oil house giving you a GPS map of how to go.
Yes, thank you. Okay, following the path.
All right. So you are lost, and you now have the spotlight. You are allowed to damage your courage, sense, or wisdom to find someone else or the road.
I'm gonna damage my courage to find someone else.
Okay. You're running through this place, trying to get to the oil house when you quite literally bang into another someone else.
Yeah, he immediately falls into robot mode rather than beast mode.
All right.
Just kind of stumbles back.
All right. You get up, as does the other Cybertronian. Counterpunch. Bom, bom, bom. No, not counterpunch. Punch.
Oh,
Who you don't really know by look.
Looks a lot like counter
it's
punch.
Nega punch.
No, he's a Cybertronian who's gold and blue and has a faceplate and optics.
Yeah, but like his build is...
Yeah, he has that standard Cybertronian
Yeah.
four-wheeler build. Oh boy! Oh,
No, not a loyalist.
whoa!
Not a
Whoa!
loyalist.
How you doing?
I'm lost.
Are
I
you a
am
Fusor?
no. I am Necronom of Gigan 4, and you are.
Don't know it. Punch of Iacon. I'm a wrecker.
Shakes that hand.
Yeah.
Seems
You've
we're
heard of
both
him.
alone.
He's supposed to be dead.
Wait, you're kind of squints and takes a step back. You're supposed to be dead.
I'm not at the Allspark yet.
No. How long have you been lost here?
What's the space code?
What is the space code?
Do you want to just give it to him?
Yep.
Oh. Alright, that's some time.
How long?
Last I remember, I was running missions when the Ark took off. We were holding the line.
That's not that long.
That's pretty long ago,
A few
Peter.
years.
That's
No,
especially
that's
because
centuries.
Ah.
especially because he was supposed to have died from counterpunch not that long ago, according to Cup. So he's missing huge gaps. In his
Also,
memory.
Cup told him Counterpunch told Cup when he was torturing him.
Oh, I didn't realize.
So Counterpunch could have just been lying.
I thought he had seen it.
I don't think Cup saw the body, but that could just be me not remembering my own goddamn episode.
Oh yeah, no. Cup was there when Counterpunch was supposed to have died. because he went into lava but he wasn't dead. He didn't see Punch die.
Yeah, Counterpunch was dipping his legs in lava for fun.
You know someone named Breakout?
Breakout? Yeah, he's a wrecker.
I've been working alongside them.
Whoa, wow. Oh, that's serendipity. You're real, right?
Yes, I assume so.
Okay. But don't talk like that. Don't do that to me.
You're right. Apologies. This isn't the time for hesitation.
Okay, well, there's two of us. That's more than we had before.
If it's playing with our senses, we may notice different things. If we rely on one another, we may be able to find our way back to the path.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm here with Multiplex.
The Siege Breaker?
Yes.
The War Machine?
Yes. So if he's a large creature, we should be able to find him with relative ease.
Yeah, the alt form does not leave much to the imagination size-wise.
So I'm just going to point out, he says he's not a loyalist, but he does wear a Decepticon shield, and Multiplex is a Decepticon fought in the war.
He's pretty desperate right now.
Okay, that's fair. I just wanted to point that out.
He's fairly desperate.
It's like, I did go with the Decepticons and maybe get enslaved and, be a slave, or die here in this garish forest that will eat your life and fuse you together to other
Yeah,
ones.
he's seen the road.
Follow the Decepticon brick road.
Yeah. So you guys continue together lost. So, on the lost road, the elf or a guide can find someone who has lost their way, but it takes time, and you can only find one person at a time. So at this point, when we swing the camera away from you guys searching for a way out, Flutter and the rest of you can notice that he's gone.
There was one rule. One rule that we had. Stay on the path.
Yeah.
And stay inside Multiplex.
I
Two
mean,
rules.
I'm on the road.
Rules.
And listen to Flutter.
Yeah.
See, that's where you lost me.
And keep your eyes closed.
Mate, your rule books. Your one rule sounded like a diction. Sounded like an encyclopedia. Of
There
law.
are a lot of commas.
It's a run-on sentence.
That's why you use
What is this? A copy of the Tyrus Accord?
Okay. You all stay still. I'm gonna go find Necronaut.
Okay. What place are we at? Is this a safe place, or are we sitting on top of another pile of bodies?
There is no safe place in the maze.
Okay. I'll just...
I literally, the listeners can't see it or anything, but
She froze
I
up.
literally froze in place when he said, "You guys stay still."
Do you want to come inside and I can
No,
lock myself down?
I should keep my optics on everything around here. We should.
All right, Flutter, you head off to find them.
Yeah.
It's gonna take some time. While you're out doing that, you guys are on the road. The light parts, and the end of the road shows a building with Flutter's symbol on it that marks it as the base camp of the LVs. It says an old Cybertronian home.
Well, we had a couple rules, and one of them was not to move without Flutter, so...
Aye, but that... What are you seeing? Talk to us.
Well, I see something that looks like an end of
He's
the road.
looking.
Hey, you're supposed to keep your eyes closed.
No, you guys don't have to
we
keep your
can
eyes
look.
closed.
Oh wait, right. You were allowed to keep your eyes open.
Yes.
Right. I forgot that's how we landed on that.
Yeah. So,
Mirror shades. I'm confused about what we can and can't look at. Do I have to still be blindfolded inside?
Yes.
Yes.
if you want to...
Everyone has to be blindfolded inside. It's just for me and Multiplex. Well, it's for us and Multiplex and
Flutter.
Flutter.
It's just a prank.
No.
We haven't left the...
No. And we're not going to move or do anything.
Yes, we'll listen to Flutter.
So, who among you is most desperate for relief and comfort?
I was
Probably-
really freaked out by this place.
Roll it.
Ah, you gotta overcome.
And then
Flutter's gone.
I'm sorry, I actually was
Fused.
looking at my the bonds when you were
Yep.
describing what we saw. What did we see?
Flutter's
Hole.
base. The base,
Oh.
the end of the path. You're there.
There's probably so many traps. Whew. What is this plus?
But
Blood 5.
Blood.
Ooh.
I think I only have one to
Pom,
blood.
pom, pom.
I got a 6, so I failed.
So, it makes sense. You can go in there and get help.
Yeah, you know what? Probably. Wait, can I do something like?
What did you combine together so you could roll with hope?
No, I'm not combined together. I specifically.
So
said I
who
wasn't.
failed? Smash or grab?
Do I roll for both of them?
No, you just pick.
One of them was more desperate than the other.
Then grab would have been.
So grab's
Oh
like-
wait, no.
Which one is more disposable?
I mean, you can.
Smash is more hot-headed, but grab is more likely to listen. So I'm not.
So smash.
Which one's the younger one, quote unquote?
Oh, they were minted together.
Ah,
Um,
I thought that one of them was like the mentor.
you know what? Smash. No, like that. That's not the relationship
Yeah.
these people have. Smash's agenda is revenge,
There you go, your
basically.
agenda.
Grabs is do whatever it takes to do the thing, like to win
So
the
probably
cause.
the revenge.
So Grab is gonna stay here. Smash is gonna be the one that runs off.
And you probably justify it like, hey, we've got this Mio ground bridge. We can teleport back if we get lost. It'll be fine, guys. There's
Exactly,
nothing-
and you know what? The only LV we had is gone, and we do need to warn them that people are coming. They might be in there right now. So I'm just gonna go ahead. Everything will be fine.
Okay,
And
I'll stay
car,
here.
or motorcycle,
And
and one of my turbo foxes would come with me.
Okay, you're lost.
Yeah,
You're gone.
yeah.
so Grab is gone, right?
Smash is
Smash.
gone along with Rip, which is my turbo fox.
Okay, so you keep driving to the base, and you're not getting closer to it. And it was like a 5-minute drive in a straight line.
And then you look behind,
And it's there's no one there behind you.
I'm gonna try. No, that'd be a bad idea. I'm going to.
What's that goddamn picture you posted, Kevin? The Jedi one?
Oh my god,
You
yes.
piece of shit. Piece of shit. Alright, let's swing it back to Flutter. Flutter, you're going through, you're noticing the signs, you see the disturbances in the field, and you can kind of mark where recent overgrowth has been trampled.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually you come across 2 Cybertronians. Necronom and +1 with an Autobot symbol on their chest.
I do a full scan of him for any recognizable features.
You haven't seen the Autobot before.
You're new.
Ah! Oh! Sorry about that. Yeah, hi. Is that real?
Yeah, that's the LV I told you about.
Right. The non-alliance.
What are you doing in my forest?
I got lost.
Why did you walk in here?
I was looking for Energon. We were trying to find stuff to power the Ark. This used to be an Energon facility.
Mm-hmm.
How did that go? That launched, right?
It launched.
Yeah. All right. Perfect. Just gotta find a place to bunker down, go into stasis lock, and wait that out.
Yeah, sorry about wandering off. Things got a little tense there. I found Punch, though.
That's not a plus in my books.
He's one of the Autobots who worked with the Wreckers. He would actually be quite the ally in a lot of this.
Right now, what he is an interloper.
There was something here before you were here. That's all I'm saying.
Right. Well, let's go back to multiplex.
I love how as soon as we entered the force, he went from, "Hey guys, I'm an LV" to "Guys."
Guys.
Immediately became kind of creepy and intimidating.
There was a bit of a tone shift.
Yeah.
You're in my crib. Behave or else. Smack.
You're awfully blasé about the number of people who might have wandered in here by accident or out of desperation. Not everyone is trying to figure out LV secrets. Not everyone is against you.
So, my question for you two, who would be a ghost from your past that would confront you in this scenario in a haunted forest?
Necronom might have been friends or more with one of the guards who went with them to Deegan 4.
That's a good one. I also have a suggestion.
Who's that?
Mesothalus.
Oh shit, yeah, that's a good one.
Smoke, who was the blade, or the elven shadow that I originally departed with, who left because I wasn't behaving like an LV.
He's alive though, so
Yeah, as far as I know.
that's I don't want to downplay that one. But
Well, does it have to be a ghost as in, like, dead?
yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how many dead people I know.
Maybe you've heard of some elder from your home community.
But you'll know about this when this happens.
It could be some
You're,
of the loyalists that you killed.
Yeah, that's
Like,
what
you
I
could have been really close to them before that.
You hear a crunching sound behind you, all three of you. And you vaguely know what this is, because this place is strange.
Right.
Things don't flow right here. A Cybertronian's walking through the fog towards you.
Do I reckon?
Yeah, you recognize him. He's your old schoolmate, Mesophalis.
Okay, no, you can't be real.
He's platinum coated. He has like science material on him. He has like an optic scanner on from back when he was doing cartography work. Huh. What a strange location. Don't you agree? What was your name before you got rid of your slave name?
What would be a traditional name among those Mesophalis? So,
Like, what were you doing?
Like if you were someone who got exemptioned,
Mhm.
then you might have had a name like Researcher 27 or something.
yeah, he probably just shortened it to 27 because, So yeah, we'll go with 27 actually. Works just
Oh.
fine.
I almost didn't recognize you, 27. You and your form changing. He has the faceplate, one optic's bigger than the other, like a monocle. He looks all completely robotic.
I almost didn't recognize you either. It's been a long while.
Has it? I feel like school was not too long ago, but time goes faster as you get older. That's what those old piles of rust at the academy kept telling us. It'll be over before you know it.
Necronon, my people are masters of information and misinformation. Don't trust everything that you come across. We need to get back to the path. The others are waiting.
How do
It's
you
him.
know you're real?
Like, it's not him. I know that. I'm smarter than that, but it's what he was. I don't get it. Like, how could... I went to school with this guy. I graduated with him. He could not have
Top of
become
our class.
top of our class.
You showed them formed exempt. Bunch of fascists.
We had plans. We had ideas. We did demonstrations. So how did you become... Like, it's not possible.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm still here. We still got things to do, don't we?
We have a lot of things to do. There's bumps in the road now.
What's bumps in the road to four-wheelers? Just go off-wheel drive. That's what everyone else always told us, right? Blaze your own trail. You and I, we're men of science. We're going to change the world. Everyone's going to remember our names.
Wait, this is Tarantulas?
Yeah, his old name was Mesophalis.
And I can recognize it as Tarantulas?
Yeah, you've seen this file of because you have the ship access. You can see the file of what he looked like before he got all weird and freaky and necrotic.
These
I'm
should
just
Also, your people don't always do the things the Forest does. Sometimes the Forest does its own things because that's rips in reality.
But I'm taking credit for it.
Yeah, you're taking credit for it, but like in the back of your mind, it's like, this place is a nightmare. We're gonna get got.
I'm just gonna look at you.
What? You think I don't know what you saw? Back then, during the fight?
This is your buddy?
Was. Mesophalis is my buddy. Tarantulas is a shambling corpse wearing his face. And sometimes it's hard to tell between the two. Sometimes I need to mourn him.
That explains a lot.
I'm on your side. You should know that.
If I had doubts about that, I would have confronted you before. But we really should get back to the path.
You're right.
He's right, Time's arrow only flows in one direction. Puts up his hand. For now.
For now. It was good seeing you again.
I'd offer you a trip back to the path. Such as it is, right? But looks like you got a guide there. Looks like you picked up friends outside of school. That's pretty good for a loner like you. Yeah. We always knew I was the more sociable, more handsome. I was cut for more chiseled features, right?
Always. You were the one they invited to parties. I was the one who stuck with the books.
Yeah. Bunch of sycophants. You can't trust people who lick the back wheels of others. None of them could blaze the trail on their own.
Just us.
Just us. You don't kneel to anyone, not those blind, boring government stooges, and certainly no warmonger. Well, time for me to head on out. I guess I gotta roll out.
We'll drink again sometime.
Yeah, we will drink again. Drink deep. And he just kind of backs out into the fog like the ghost he is. That's literally a function of this encounter, by the way. The ghosts of your past come back to haunt you and offer you a way out.
Brutal. Yeah, I don't want to be here anymore.
On that note, we'll swing it back to you guys on the road. You're still staying on that road, right?
Yeah, I'm standing still.
Just waiting?
Yeah.
Not gonna be lured away?
No, I've got patience. I've been alive for long enough.
Your sensors are picking up that Flutter and 2 other Cybertronians are approaching. You're getting a break in the static.
I'm not gonna trust anything until I see Flutter.
It is legitimately them.
And just a statement. Can we see Smash
No.
No,
disappear into the fog?
Yeah. we're about to come to you right now.
Because I'm just thinking that I don't think Grab would have actually stayed if Smash left.
Ooh, double
Oh, man.
splitting.
Because actually, like, Smash leaving, like, she would have stayed, or they, I don't fucking know,
For a
whatever,
bit.
would have stayed, but not when their partner leaves. So,
Okay.
yeah, they
Are
all
we gonna chase off into the fog?
Yeah, they also ran off.
Okay,
like-
no. So, Flutter, you fly in as you see. Which one?
Grab.
Grab turns to alt form and drives off into the fog.
Along with the turbo fog.
Jesus Christ.
Scrap it all.
So let's swing us back to which one was the first one to leave?
Smash.
Smash. Smash, you're on the road. You can't. You don't know which way to go anymore. There's a shape coming out of the fog.
Gonna level my blaster.
It's making a grinding noise against the ground. It's the metamaterial skirt of a hovercraft made for liquid.
No.
What the hell?
Yeah, it's like kind of lopsided because it's partially deflated and it's just dragging its way across towards you. It's all rusted and damaged.
Is it sea spray?
Yeah, it's sea spray. He's a hovercraft.
Yeah.
He looks all damaged. He has blaster burns all over him. One of his optics is gone. It's hanging out by wires.
Sea spray!
Which one was this? Smash or grab?
Smash.
Oh, grab! No, I'm kidding. Oh, it's me, Smash! He's making like bubbly sounds. That's what he talked. Oh.
That's normal for him?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm like, what the fucking shit?
He's going loopy.
I thought you got offline.
I did get offline. That Insecticon tore me in half. Oh, now I'm at the depths of the ocean of the Well of Allsparks.
Gonna see if I can touch him.
You can't. He's cold. Deeply, deeply cold. Colder than you've ever felt.
If that's the case, then how are you here?
This place isn't normal. You shouldn't be here. Oh.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have come here.
Should have at least stayed on the path.
Should have stayed on the path. That's what the little butterfly said. You'll learn what that is later.
What?
Butterfly.
Do you know the way back to the path?
We should talk for a moment. Catch up before I go back.
Yeah. So, what's it like?
All are one, little one. All are one.
This is
Past, present, and future.
Hey, though. Got revenge for you.
It's all.
Totally offline hard shell.
You did. Be careful. Don't let your vengeance consign you to the pit. Temper yourself. Live your life. Find a place after the war. The end is coming.
Yeah, there's still work to do.
Take care of yourself. You're the only one who will.
Well, got smash. Or
Oh.
grab.
For now.
You need to be careful around Tarantulas. He's dangerous. And what he's going to do could change the course of history. I can see it from where I am. We can all see it. There are all of us here, Smash and Grab. Even you here in the well.
How do I get offline?
Not today.
What about grab?
Not today.
Which one of us goes first?
Not today.
Not giving me the answers I need.
I can only give you the answers I'm allowed to give. Things are fluid here. Whoa. Again, his optic is just hanging out of the shit. He has a visor, but the visor's been blown open, and his optic's just hanging out. You know, you can see inside. You can see his T-cog's been like crushed and stuff.
I don't know how to get back.
I'm gonna show you the way. We just talked about that. You have an attention span problem. You need to learn to focus. Look past your vengeance and your rage.
It served me well so far.
It can serve many well, but it can also serve as a guide to the pit. The future is going to need young people, bright people, past the war.
Just kind of nods.
I can show you back, but it comes at a price. Choose how you'll pay it.
Take some energy and pour it out for the
Yeah,
dead.
like what do you?
He's gonna leave it open-ended because he's a fucking ghost, Nicole. You gotta pay a price to the ghost in the most technical sense. So a piece of your gear, companion.
You actually want me to like pay a price?
Yeah, pay a price.
Okay.
He was trying to be subtle about it. Leave it in fiction.
It's fine. I was just like, can I choose to forget how the path works? Because that's a great price that I'd rather pay.
Oh, you looked at Tarantula stuff, Kevin?
Yes.
It's coming.
He's a fucking chest burster.
I know, right?
It's creepy how similar like the two characters are.
I know, right? We're not
Yeah.
so different.
You know what? Smash has in their gear rum and coke, which
Yeah.
you know, recreational type of energy.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
we'll
That's exactly what it is.
we'll have a drink.
You have a drink with your dead fucking departed team member.
Yeah.
And then he, like the Reaper himself, guides you with his one functioning arm because the other one's all mangled and shredded back to the path. So we'll swing that spotlight, and you guys, as you see the other one leave, you see two figures approach. One of them looks very much like a specter from beyond time and space, and it doesn't approach the path. It just leads one of them back, and then just retreats back into the mist.
I mean, how far gone is the other one that just ran off?
They're gonna have an encounter. You know it.
Okay.
That's how this place works.
Once they leave the path, they have. It doesn't matter.
All
how
right,
far
guys,
you go.
time to keep moving.
They'll come back on their own, I assume. Is that how this works?
Either they come back on their own, or after I drop you guys off, I go back out and get them.
I mean, I'd rather you do that than
What's-
risk the opportunity. The
What's
chance.
going on?
You guys are being picked off one by one. We need to get you to the end of the path.
Hey, no, where's Grab?
Grab went off after you. You can't make the same mistake, or it
Why
will
can't I
just
hold
endlessly
those
cycle. Grab will come back, or I will get him. I guarantee they will be safe.
Yes, let's get to home so we'll be safe and nobody will ever wander off the path again.
Will we be safe with their people who are intruding upon in their most secret place?
Absolutely. I am their champion.
Yes.
Alright, Flutter. I am going to trust you on this.
Thank you.
If Grab does not come back safe,
Grab will come back safe. Grab will come back safe.
oh god.
We also found someone else that viewed from the path.
Oh, Punch is there.
Oh, what the fuck? What the
By
scrap?
the maker.
Yeah. Oh, by the maker! Punch and look!
Which one? Is this Smash or Grab?
This is Smash.
Smash!
I thought.
I thought they were lying to lure me and to torture me.
No. Also, I thought.
I'm not being tortured.
I thought you were offline.
Yeah, no, I just got lost in here looking for Energon for the Ark.
They told me Counterpunch offlined you.
Who told you Counterpunch offlined me?
Cup did.
And who told Cup?
Counterpunch.
Yeah, you see, ABC. Come on. Counterpunch? That guy can barely
Well,
hold a pistol.
hey. I'll flip around the gun and give it to him. I have his pistol.
He like puts his hand into it and like, nice, thanks.
Does that fuck up the recording?
No, you knocked my monitor out.
Okay.
I thought I lost this.
Yeah, no, Counterpunch had it, so I took it off him when I knocked him off a cliff. He got away. Of
What a
course.
rust bucket.
Yeah.
That guy's awful. But he is dashingly handsome. Can't deny that. He's got style.
Well,
Rivals my own. Almost.
Well, I don't want to be interrupted, but I'll click it, they kind of get into my belly. Because
Yeah. So there is no torture chamber in there, right?
well, like there might be, but you're not going to.
Just
it.
stay.
I don't know.
Just
Alright,
stay
just-
within the railing. It's clearly marked. I am a refinery after all.
Yeah. Huh. What was your name again?
Multiplex.
Huh. Weird. Could have sworn. Nah. When we were refueling the Ark, we used broadside to haul the Energon for it.
Yeah, it can be tricky to tell.
I know, right?
He's a hauler. I'm a refinery. There's a
You have the same.
difference.
You have the same configuration, Titan. You're clearly related. Or iron, or broadside with memory loss.
No,
Huh.
he was clearly a Decepticon war machine. Broadside wasn't, right? Broadside
No, he's an Autobot.
yeah, exactly.
He's a triple changer and a Titan. He's one of our best assets.
Yeah.
Shame about that crash. Well, alright, I'm gonna go inside and not be tortured.
There's some other people in there too. Don't freak out.
Put some blindfolds on. Because
Yeah.
them's the rules.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
Blindfold, put the...
Right? It's like we're blindfolding him and shit. It's like, oh god.
He's like sitting down. I can't wait for the torture to never begin.
Oh boy.
Oh boy!
Where are the shackles?
And put these shackles on. He's like, oh, it's happening. Well, alright, anything's better than crawling.
Well, Flutter, take the lead.
Let's go.
Alright, you're gonna make your way to the LV home. Let's cut to Grab.
Yes.
Grab, you got lost instantly.
Oh crap. Oh, scrap. Smash.
There's a shape on the horizon.
Smash, you always do this.
It's getting closer, it's big.
How big?
It's the headless body of Hardshell.
Oh, what the scrap. I'm gonna take out my fucking
Gun.
gun.
Little Autobot, little wrecker.
How are you even speaking?
Yeah, it's just like sparks and like signals coming out of the head hole.
Right?
In one of his claws, he picks up his severed head with like the horn ripped off.
Oh, you should not be here, though. We snap. He dissected
That makes
your...
two of us.
I'm gonna start firing, just like firing.
Ah, you're shooting a zombie.
Yeah. Bang, 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 bang.
click, click, click.
I
click,
use
click,
all
click,
my
click.
fucking ammo, cause straight up.
Yeah, you spend all your ammo. There you go.
Yeah. Cause no, this.
Yeah, that's a
fucking
good price to
zombies-
pay.
Yeah.
You empty out all of your ammo in your weapon, and eventually, like, he just keeps walking towards you and vanishes as Flutter flies on in behind you, dissipating the smoke.
But I didn't shoot any of them, right?
No.
Okay.
You're like,
Shooting through the ghost and like
tink, tink, tink.
Flutter's
Oh,
like, oh, what the dicks?
what a tail.
Flutter, you found her.
Great.
Oh,
Barrel's still alive.
yeah.
I know someone who's going to be happy to see you.
What the scrap is up with this forest? Like shakily put the fucking gun back, or like transform it back into my armor, or whatever. What? Smash? How'd you circle back? You know what? It doesn't matter. We're safe. Hardshell's not here. He's dead. We're good.
If I can make a suggestion, form up so I only have to worry about one of you.
Oh yeah, no, I was gonna also suggest that. We should definitely combine.
Do it, Garnet.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we combine. Do not want to get separated again.
Alright, let's continue on.
Alright, you meet back up,
Toot toot.
and you make it to home. Past the forest. You guys are out of the haunted forest, which was the encounter I threw you guys in. You just got past the lurking shadows phase.
Sick.
And yeah, you know what? I'm going to change the theme. Alright, we are back. So, you move through the, what was the forest called again?
Forest of Fractured Memories?
Yes.
And into, capital Home, home. Flutter, command lore about your home nation.
So, we come out of the forest to an area where there are 3 rivers that are all coming to converge at a horseshoe cliff that's kind of like, almost kind of like Niagara Falls, where there's a bunch of water flowing down and crashing and cascading and frothing at the bottom. And there at the bottom, suspended on a series of stilts, is a large, flat metal platform with a bunch of landing pads and various domiciles and buildings that is home.
Like a treehouse city?
Yeah, only above the water at the bottom.
And I'm just control Fing the word water with like oil and stuff.
Oh, right. Because...
Deadly acid.
yes.
It's fine, I didn't want to mention it until you were done the description.
Yeah. Transformers.
Right.
Rise up.
Yeah, if there was water here, then this forest fucked things up way more than it should have.
Maybe that's what it was. It just has water in the air and you guys were having water delirium. It was melting your circuits.
Don't drink the water, it'll dehydrate you.
Don't drink the water, it'll rust you out.
Yup. Well,
Yeah, but the main way to get down here is to fly. So...
well, I have little boosters, but I don't think you want me anywhere near that. Unless there's some bay for bigger things.
There is not. We didn't really build it with visitors in mind.
How deep is that water?
Probably not as deep as you.
Well, if you want me to make some waves...
Why don't you jump far out and then wade in so you don't splash the city?
I'll do that. I'll jump, land, and wade on towards them.
Maybe wait until after Flutter approaches so you
Oh, yeah, I guess, yeah, do that
Yeah.
first.
So they don't think they're being attacked.
Oh, it's an ambush!
like they are going to be attacked.
They brought the big people, the big people.
Yeah, you're going to be like Gulliver's Travels.
The Lilliputans are gonna like rock your shit.
They're gonna tie me down.
Lilliputians.
It'd be adorable to play for Legacy.
Yeah. With Jack Black. They made a Gulliver's Travel movie with Jack Black.
And make them the Starfarers, and they're like just little tiny people who land here to invade, and they're like, oh, we're too small for any of this. Okay.
That was an episode of Rick and Morty. And Animorphs. Anyway, yeah, as you guys are obviously traipsing through the defense line, you can kind of tell that the snipers have already circled and gotten ready to, you know, got them.
What if we get them first?
My God. So, Flutter, how do you want to handle this?
Fucking, this is when Necronom and Multiplex are like, haha, Zaru's all along, we're evil! We're the generals!
No.
Rip off our Decepticon emblems to reveal another one underneath with the angry eyebrows.
Secret. Even more genocide-y Decepticons.
I'll go in and I'll open a transmission. Look, I know I'm breaking protocol, but these are dire circumstances. I vouch for these people. They're good. They're safe.
Not another one.
Another one what?
You brought more of them?
I didn't bring people before.
This is the second group.
What the hell are you talking about?
You gotta come down to the main hall, man.
Should
All right.
alert them that we're here. They should just start shooting them.
The other ones.
Yeah, the other intruders. So they don't think anything's amiss.
Who's down in the main hall?
We got some Decepticons down here that are saying that we need to pick a side. The or else is very much implied. And now we got 2 Decepticon war machines showing up.
Not on the same side.
I'm looking at those shields.
I think you know as well as I do that an allegiance can be a fluid thing.
Don't start talking to me about allegiances being fluid after you've been out for so long.
That's not helping.
Can I jump in here? Can I...
Go for it.
You want to break in? Yeah.
Hey there! This is a, So this group here is not aligned with the Decepticons. I'm actually an Autobot wrecker. We were here to warn you about the other people who've apparently already arrived.
And you're inside the giant Decepticon?
No, I'm on his shoulder. It's just hard to see me because, he's huge.
Because the Decepticon's so big?
Yeah.
To be fair,
how many of them are there?
We got a handful here. We got eyes on 4 of them.
4 of them. If you could send Flutter their locations, and then...
They're here in our meeting hall. They're talking to our elders.
If you could surreptitiously get those elders to...
safety.
Maybe,
That's not how this conversation's going.
Well, I know at least some of your people can cloak. Can they?
They're talking to them now.
Probably.
There's no surreptitious way to blink out of the conversation.
Cause a big distraction.
They probably have guns trained on them right now, so...
We're a big distraction.
Exactly.
Let's go in and punch them.
I mean...
We're coming in. Get everyone out when we arrive.
If you want me to shake this plate right here...
Can you give me some food? I need some food.
I'll toss you an Energon cube.
Thank you. I want more of my spells back.
I'm gonna fill your belly right now.
Yes.
Okay, filling your belly can only happen in between scenes. It cannot happen in the middle of a shootout.
You should have gone like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go into a multiplex and eat some...
Recovery, you'll get some hot coffee.
I didn't think about it until after the fact, because right now I have a way out.
The way in.
That I have, but I don't have a way in. I can't just teleport in right now.
Didn't you fill your belly earlier?
It only heals 1 slot of spell. Only recovering heals all 3.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Right. Well, let's go in. You know how? You know what I said about jumping away from the city? Let's cut that.
I mean, if I jump in, this city will go under.
No, don't jump onto the city. Just jump next to the city.
Okay.
Can you get me into a room above the meeting hall? I need to prepare for this.
I mean, I can just toss you as I'm mid-jump.
Yeah.
A flashback to the previous episode, being tossed into a skyscraper.
Little close distraction. You also want to be tossed, little buddy?
Yeah! Throw me!
Whoa.
Fucking
12,
rail cannon.
14. Yep. Both of you go safely and where intended, and I toss another person. Everybody go.
Alright.
Alright.
Can I magnify my voice?
Like just yell really loud?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yelling. I forgot that yelling existed.
Oh boy.
Like, I wanted it to be really loud. I just... Wow. Because
Alright, so before we dive straight in, the plan is you're about to jump down and cause a huge splash. You're about to go hide somewhere to try to plant traps.
Yeah.
That's going to be tricky if he's about to jump in right now.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be hard for you to prep.
We can hold on for a bit.
Jumping, okay.
But I mean, time is of the essence.
I
How
was-
long do you need?
I was planning
Not very
on
long.
calling out the leader.
I mean, if you can distract the leader by calling him out and get into a fight with him,
Yeah.
that might give you time to set your traps up.
Mm-hmm.
Is that how we want to do this? So,
Yep.
you're standing on the cliff, you fire them with your rail cannon, so one goes into the top building to prep the traps, and you're going to land in, like, town square.
Yeah.
Flutter?
I'm gonna go invisible and fly in.
Alright. Okay, I'm going to pause this music from Tron.
What's his name again?
Dreadwing.
Dreadwing. I'm gonna just.
You might want to take notes.
So I have 2 webs.
Neat.
Alright, it's going to take time for you to set those up.
Yep.
So, this first kind of bit where it's going to be a duel, I'm thinking,
Yeah.
will be that.
So the first web I can use is manipulate, so I can, create a barrier between the Decepticons and the Elders, so they can escape.
Yes, excellent.
Alright. Alright, I'm about to drop you into the scene, okay? Let me pause for just a sec. Okay, I'm ready to set the scene. Y'all ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, in the middle of the town square area, Breakout, you crash and land, superhero landing, while Necronom, you scuttle into the top of the building and get ready to prep.
Mm-hmm.
So LVs, all of them looking like, of course, Flutter's people, different shapes and sizes, but on that same scale, just kind of scatter around like little ladybugs and dragonflies and drones. What do you do, Breakout?
I'm gonna stand up, square my shoulders, and shout out, Dreadwing! Come and face me! If you dare!
The doors open. They're much smaller, and the roof gets wrenched open. As Dreadwing is as big as Optimus or Megatron. He towers over you. Dreadwing is big, purple and gold, Decepticon symbol on his canopy that is his chest. He covered in nicks and scars, but still polished to a mere shine. And he thunders out, shaking the platform as he walks.
Do I need to roll, or will he not bring backup because that's what he's
You don't
like?
have to roll anything.
Okay.
I'm setting the scene. Yeah. Behind him, and this is key, because Dreadwing's big, bigger than him is Demolisher. Demolisher is hunched over like some sort of ogre. He looks to be some sort of heavy deconstruction Cybertronian. Like he's as big as Grimlock, essentially. His mouth is huge. It's a big giant hole with like grinding stuff spinning into it, and he has like eyes and optics above it, and like it telescopes shut and open. And he has big grasping hands, and he's thundering forward. And between them, your size, Frenzy and Rumble, 2 of Soundwave's top lieutenants. They're basically Decepticon High Command.
And just to be clear, when you said my size, do you mean my separated size?
Yes.
Okay.
They're Decepticons, just like you.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're just like that black and red color scheme, and they're just kind of moving together, getting ready. Rumble's doesn't have arms. He instead has 2 giant pile driver jacks that he slams up the ground with. And Frenzy has Cybertronian blades that his hands turn into. And yeah, Skyquake just kind of walks out with his minigun like attached underslung to his arm. It's a heavy weapon for any other Cybertronian. He wields it in one hand like it's a pistol. If I dare. Is that what you said, right? If you dare. Tell me this, Wrecker. How dare you? How dare you throw such a meager challenge in front of one such as I? I've wounded primes. I've offlined Autobot heroes. Why do you waste my time with this bravado?
Whenever there is a Decepticon here to do harm to the innocent, an Autobot hero will appear.
There's no such thing as innocence, Autobot. Anyone proclaiming innocence is guilty of treason and treachery. Do not commit subterfuge in my presence. I have no time for such Autobot weasel tactics. People are gathering around. Like you guys are clearly circling each other at this point.
So do you accept?
I accept your fate. He slams the minigun in the ground and cracks the plate of the city. That's going to cause a lot of damage, by the way. And lets go of it. Allow me to bring myself down somewhere to your level. It is only fair.
Yeah, I'm gonna go at it.
Alright, what do you do?
Can we count this entire thing I just did as me having an advantage?
How?
Because I kept him busy, basically.
Nothing was coming your way.
Okay.
Nothing was coming.
I mean,
He's going to let you act first. He's going to let you be proactive. He wants to see what you're made of.
thing is, if you keep him busy,
He does
there's a
damage
price
me.
to pay.
No, I know, but
there's so
there's
many
no
prices.
way else to gain advantage. So
No.
Speak softly, talking
Look
to him,
closely.
looking closely.
Look closer gives you an advantage.
well then shit. No, I'm gonna do that.
But you have to think of a way to get the advantage.
Well, you can always circle them,
Weaknesses in his stance, things he's not noticing.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
and
right.
you think I'll position myself in a way to get the sun in his eyes or something.
Can I actually roll this as speak softly, considering this conversation we just had?
Yeah, you can do that. What are you looking for out of it?
Well, I know his.
What are the outcome? Do you think you can beat him in a one-on-one fight?
I think I can hold my own long enough.
For the other shoe to come down?
Yeah, but this is supposed to be an honorable fight, and I'm also kind of like that.
Well,
You know what? I don't know if I can beat him in a fight. Maybe not. But I'm gonna do my darndest or go down trying.
I think what we're trying to do here is you keep him engaged, so he won't engage us while we try to take out his posse.
Yeah, and
then
that's fine. I'm gonna do my fucking damnedest on a one-on-one fight with this guy. That's what I'm saying.
So it sounds like then you are indeed trying to keep him busy
Alright.
in a roundabout way.
Yeah. I do want to win the fight, to be clear. If I can win it quickly, I definitely will. But I don't actually think I can win this.
Okay, pay a price to keep him, to even get to roll, keep him busy.
I'm going to damage sense, because this is a dumb thing to do.
Dreadwing wasn't lying either. He doesn't do that. He at different points is almost mortally wounded Optimus.
Oh yeah, I'm not surprised.
He has gotten into fights with high profile Autobots.
So yeah.
Alright, you damage sense?
Yeah.
Alright, roll keep him busy. I will point out that he has the unrelenting trait, which means when you keep him busy, you take damage.
Yeah.
Here we go!
I actually had seen that.
Here we go!
Alright, yeah, I got over 10.
So you're able to keep him busy, no questions asked?
As much
Yeah.
time, attention's all in.
Alright, so you're gonna run straight at him, right? You throw caution to the wind, you're like, fuck the plan, I'm gonna take this guy in one-on-one combat.
Yes, I'd rather not run right at him in a straight line because I'm not super fucking stupid. But, I'm going to...
do a quick blink with your ground bridge to get behind him.
As long as I don't have to spend a spell.
Yeah, I know, it's
Yes.
flavor. You can
It's
ground
fiction.
bridge.
Yes.
You're a Nightcrawler.
Yes.
Alright, so you run straight at him, and he's winding up with one of his massive fists to slam into you. You blink behind him, and you jump on his back with, your blades, gun?
I'm going to be using my the big-ass rifle gun.
The missile launcher?
Yes.
Where are you using that?
On his head.
In our city?
In my city?
This tiny little city.
In front of her
France.
wife?
Okay, so this happens. Breakout ground bridges immediately as soon as Dreadwing goes in for the kill. First action, he's going in for the kill. And then, this is damaging sense, because this is a bad plan. Then Breakout's on Skyquake's broad shoulders and has the missile launcher aimed right at the back of his head and fires. There's an explosion. You're going to take damage. And when the smoke clears, Skyquake has turned around and has you by the throat up in the air and pile drives you into the plate. Your gun scatters away like the missile launcher.
Okay. Should I roll?
No, take
Or
a
what?
damage.
You take damage.
Because he uses his...
Unrelenting did damage to you.
Yeah.
I'm aware, but I also shot him, so that's what I'm saying.
I mean, you were keeping
Yeah,
him
that was
busy.
keeping him busy.
So this whole fight is keeping him busy. You're going back and forth, keeping him busy, engaging with him for a long time, not finishing one another off.
Okay, but I straight up said I want to kill him if I can.
Yeah, okay, but
Yeah.
that's not the move you made. You made keeping him busy. You are right now keeping him busy, which gives advantage on him. That is what has happened. That was your move.
Or keeping them distracted and stuff.
Yeah. He is busy. He is out of what is about to go down with everyone else right now because he's in a one-on-one duel with you. When we come back to you or someone else, we can use the advantage you've just gained to move that forward.
But we also can't. We can't take him out.
I mean...
We have to get him to break his code.
Yeah.
So yeah, he grabs you with his massive hands and pile drives you into the plate, and that fight is going to continue on as we swing the spotlight because you're in danger keeping him busy. Someone else.
So to be clear, when you said I take damage, is that the damage to my sense, or is there more damage happening?
You took sense for paying a price to get into a fight with him, and because you tried to keep him busy, you take damage.
Okay, do I get to pick where I take damage?
It is damage, though. With pay a price, you could have paid anything, equipment or gear or whatnot, but for trying to keep him busy, it's damage. And if you try to damage him, he does damage twice to you.
Why did I take damage to begin with?
You had to pay a price because he's the general.
He's a threat to the world.
Oh.
See, that's why we need to level up, become a threat to the world ourselves.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
We'll see.
That ain't happening.
We'll see.
We'll see. Okay, everyone is watching the goddamn gladiator fight. A old school pre-war K-On! Pit gladiator fight just broke out. Between a wrecker and a Decepticon high command officer. Who's next?
I'm going to start running through all of... Because, I mean, we downloaded a bunch of files off that ship, including personnel files. So I'm going to start going through all of their dossiers and trying to find out what I can about them.
That sounds like
Their
we're clicking
strengths,
those sleep.
weakness. Okay. Eight. Which is 2 questions, I think.
So they ask too.
Okay. What is Dreadwing's weakness?
The profile says he doesn't have any. Tarantulas notes that he has an internal sense of honor that makes him impossible to use for some Decepticon missions, and he tends to disobey orders when his brother's involved, his spark twin.
Ooh.
Okay.
Who's his spark twin?
Skyquake. You've met him. You personally met him. You talked him down last session.
Mm.
They're identical.
Made for the same mold.
Yeah, actually, Skyquake's toy came first, then Dreadwings came out.
What's the name of the Demolisher?
Demolisher is the monster. His name's
Demolisher.
Demolisher.
What's his weakness?
The personality profile shows that he likes to collect people. Like, he'll collect smaller Cybertronians and keep nests of them.
Oh.
It's not
Dead or
really.
alive?
It's not really a weakness.
It is because he doesn't like giving them up, and Tarantulas has had problems already with him just being free of prison, of him gathering up prisoners and keeping them in a nest.
He probably gets fascinated with people. He's like, no, I'm not going to kill them. I want them. So.
I mean, you could go
He
like,
treats them like pets.
hey, collect me. Okay, get on my belly. Shoot from the inside. Oh, this one's a spicy one.
I don't know about that plan.
Spicy.
Oh, spicy pet.
Puts you in a collector's case. He's like, there you go. Now you won't spoil
Does it say what the Code of Honor is?
Tarantulas doesn't have the mind to fathom it. He doesn't have that kind of empathy or understanding because Tarantulas is a psychopath without morals.
Tarantula is logical.
Wait, what happened with
He's-
Skyquake where you talked him down?
I.
What happened with Skyquake where you talked him down?
Well, we have to convince him that...
This is happening in the background as he's just like throwing you into buildings and you're shooting him, skittering on your legs, shooting like, guns, John Woo style.
Well, Skyquake's loyal to Megatron, specifically Megatron, not Decepticons. You have to use that to your advantage. You have to show him that his mission is either not aligning with what Megatron wanted, or that there's a ruse coming here, or that continuing this mission will work against what Megatron would have wanted.
Scrap this. I'm just going to shoot everyone.
Yeah.
Scrap this.
So that's my action. Try and figure stuff out.
Okay, well, you know stuff about... also Frenzy and Rumble are there.
I only got 2 questions, though.
Oh, fair. Alright, who wants to go next?
So you've got an advantage of the Demolisher because of looking at him?
Yeah, you kind of know a bit about Demolisher's psych profile.
Just to be clear, Demolisher is not bigger than Multiplex, right?
No.
Okay. Oh yeah, he would be able to be on the city if he was.
Exactly.
I guess I would, since I can't really get in range with my hands.
I mean, you're always kind of in range.
Yeah, I was thinking about using dive bomb here. It's like I wasn't quite sure about the companions we have. Some of those powers seem to be more for enemies. Like dive bomb has the dive bomb move, which he can damage to do a damage and get carried away. That can move someone that has that they've damaged. So can I use that, or do I just have to spend them in order to?
Yeah, you burn it to deal damage
Or to get an advantage. I
Yeah,
guess.
but the question is, would that be finish them, which then I'd be rolling with the companion stats that I have to.
You're
try
rolling
to-
dick. If you scratch off dive bomb, he damages someone.
Okay, who do we want to get away from here? Or do we want to keep this for carrying Dreadwing away? Because
You definitely should not interfere with this duel,
No,
otherwise...
but later.
Okay.
The mercy disappears.
Yeah, I guess I couldn't damage him then.
What are you gonna do, Titan? You have all the power.
Okay.
You just have to keep him busy long enough for the traps to go off.
Okay, I guess I'll deal with Demolisher then. So I'll scratch off Dive Bomb on the Dive Bomb to make him damage big and strong, I guess. Yeah.
You shoot dive bomb at him.
Yeah, Dive Bomb just goes and
Dive bomb goes into his mouth and knocks him back.
yeah.
Okay, sure. Yeah. So, yeah. So much for making friends with him and making him join your cause. You shoot him in the mouth. He rails back.
Well, we don't know that that's a thing we can do, though.
I know.
So
Yeah. So what do
I mean, you, Tyler, know.
yeah, I know, but my character does not.
I know.
Yeah, we don't know what his alliances are. He seems to be a Decepticon monster of some sort.
Not all of us are monsters.
He is a monster.
Like you're just judging him by his looks. That's not.
He's currently here to enslave an entire
Yeah.
species
He's here
of
to
people.
collect them. There's a difference.
No, there's literally no difference.
It's slavery with extra steps.
Collecting and enslaving people is the same thing.
All right, yeah. So he flies back, sparks shooting out of him. He crashes into a building. A bunch of Flutter's people fly away.
Good
The dive
dive-
bomb kind of jumps out of his mouth and flies off.
Good dive bomb, dive bomb.
Yeah, no problem, boss.
Your holy grounds are beautiful, by the way.
Crashing waterfall in the background. Who's next? You're still prepping your stuff?
Waterfalls
Yep.
would be really pretty because it'd be iridescent,
Yeah, we're
fucking rainbows. and shit.
oil.
Just don't spark anything, otherwise.
I don't know what's flammable oil. It might be non-flammable oil.
Probably.
It's non-flammable hydrogen. It's safe Zeppelin hydrogen. All right, I guess we'll spin the spotlight back to Breakout.
Oh boy.
You're on the ground, and he is just punching into you, causing sparks to fly everywhere. How does it feel, Wrecker, to be this close to the hand of fate? As he hits you right in the face.
I mean, if we just want you to keep him busy, and you roll a 10, which means you can keep him busy for as much time as you need.
I mean, I already did that.
So just keep
I
narrating.
mean, you could just narrate how you're continuing to keep him busy without having to do more action to pay the price and get damaged. So like, unless you want to do something else, I guess. Just encouraging you to keep this.
So if I actually try to damage him, I'm no longer keeping him busy?
Well, no, you are keeping him busy as long as you need. You can do other stuff while that's happening. That's part of the fiction.
Okay.
Like, as long as you guys need, this will be happening until those traps can get sprung. But yeah, he like picks you up by your collar and he'll lift you up to your feet and kind of drops you in the fight.
I am going to, as he's dropping me, grab onto his wrist, swing up so that the sun is behind me, and then, once again, teleport, not behind him, because he's going to catch on to that really quick,
Oh yeah.
but beside him on the other side, and try to stab him, like, in the armpit.
Fair enough. For one thing, I thought you were going to teleport to his gun and just be all like...
Yes!
Oh, really?
Yes!
Sorry, didn't mean to steal your thunder.
I forgot that I could just take that gun and do it. Or I could do my gun. I mean, I don't know. His is probably better. So yeah, I'll do that.
So what, blink, and you pull it out of the ground?
Will he see this as...
You don't know. It's impossible to know.
Alright.
So how do you want the outcome to this to be? Like, what are you going to do?
I want to damage him.
Alright, so that's going to be, you have advantage, that's finish them. So, first you got to pay your price.
Because he's a general. Use some equipment.
Yeah, I guess I'll say that the cannon I have is...
You got damage to what he was punching you endlessly?
yeah. Well, he threw it, so...
So when you go look at it, it's been destroyed?
Yeah.
Fair enough. Alright. So, finish him.
Okay, yeah, I rolled double sixes plus my stats.
Okay, he has 3 stats. For my honor, which cannot be damaged. Mercy, which if you damaged, he won't actually show you mercy.
So I wouldn't want that?
And then unrelenting, which is he deals damage twice to you when you damage him. You're going to take the 2 damage right now, but if you knock out unrelenting, he'll be much softer when he hits you.
Yes, I will take that out.
Sure, so take 2 damage first.
Okay. Okay. And you can only take 1 damage in each stat?
Yeah.
And... Oh yeah, damage and hope just contradict each other. So
That's right. If your stats damage, I think you're perma in despair.
Despair and hope, yes.
If you're damaged, if your stats damaged, you're not in despair and hope because your stats damaged.
No, like, she's rolling with hope because she's combined.
Yeah.
Stat is damaged, therefore you roll in despair. When you have to roll in despair
Okay, so
and
that, even
hope,
that cancels
they cancel each other
Perfect.
out. And yeah.
So you're taking those 2 damage? What's damage of you right now?
I'm going... right now I have Grace, Sense, Wisdom, and...
Okay, what's left?
Courage.
Courage is left.
Or, I'm gonna see... 1 second, actually switch.
That's not bad.
Keep them busy with courage, overcome his blood, finish them as anything.
Courage sounds good. This is,
Having it left?
yeah.
Yeah.
You got ball
because
bearings.
Yeah.
Alright, so you charge up that energy cannon he has, that mini gun, the scrap maker, and just pelt into him. It has way more kickback than you thought. You're hitting him, but you're also firing wide. I'm sorry!
No!
Daredevil, I'm sorry!
His poor base.
Yeah, he...
This is why we don't have guests.
So,
It's getting record.
Flutter, The first few shots from Breakout go wide, just to set an example. They hit one of your buildings and blow it entirely apart, and it was a fortified building, right?
Oh my god.
Another one hits the waterfall and blows a giant crater in it, and then one hits Dreadwing directly in the chest cavity and knocks him back. And his armor's cracked, but he isn't as damaged as your building or that waterfall was. To kind of set the tone for Dreadwing.
Just picture at the end, it's just a smoking, burnt out city, and we're like, we did it, we saved it.
We won.
But yeah, you hit him dead on a few times, one after another, and like he covers with his arm, he gets hit in the chest, he flies back, and like there's energon coming out of a hole in his gut cavity. He looks upset.
That's fair. I would be too.
Alright, he's gonna run up to you. And he's gonna pick you up by your shoulders and start gripping onto them. We're gonna come back to that in a moment.
Shaking.
Who wants to go next?
Dick!
Okay, do you think enough time has gone for my traps to be set up?
I think with those explosions, yes.
Okay, so a bunch of resin has been set up to be like high tension. So those will go off simultaneously and snap out and carve out a large chunk of the meeting hall, creating a hole for the LV elders to escape through, and also like blocking off
And a
like,
distraction.
And a distraction, yeah.
Rubble. Okay, the area around you explodes with high tension wire and steel girders and ruins more of your buildings. But provides cover and smoke and rubble and debris for your people to start to rout and escape, which they will.
I'm gonna be grounded for so long.
They're in trouble.
I'm picturing like they put a boot on you so you can't fly.
Little shackle.
Yeah, you're
As the smoke is clearing nearby you, as a consequence of that, what did you roll on your webbing, by the way? 10
I
plus?
got 12.
Okay,
So, yeah.
Cool. So I'll telegraph this. As the smoke clears, Frenzy and Rumble are kind of staring at where you are through the smoke. And they both do the thing where with their knife hand or smasher hand, point to their face, point to you.
He points with his many, many tentacles towards all of them, and then does a slicing motion across
Finger
the throat.
across the throat means death. Metroplex? Or Metro Titan?
Multiplex.
It's your own goddamn fault.
Duplex. Duplo blocks.
Bad neighborhood triplex.
Oh, does Father want to kill some of their sniping from the shadows thing? That'll be really useful, probably.
Yes. I mean, I'd rather befriend Demolisher, but I don't see.
I mean, you can snipe the
Demolisher's
pair.
getting up slowly and he's like...
I mean, we could just carry him off by dive bomb. Because I got the move for that.
There's like an LV knocked out by him, and he's getting up. The LV's getting up too, and he just goes like this with his hand.
That bastard! Alright, I'm gonna shoot him.
You feel like Santa Clock. You're not yourself when you're hungry.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a shot at him. I'm gonna hover in as he's getting up. Be very calm. Line up my perfect shot, and then take it.
All right, do it. You have advantage because you're invisible.
Finish.
Yeah, as this is happening, because it's showing you lining up the shot. So behind you, there's like smoke and debris. Like families and people are carrying elders and stuff out and going through like burning buildings and stuff. Off in the corner, you can see like that explosion go off and the firing from Breakout shooting Dreadwing and him picking up Breakout. There's a lot to unpack here.
I got 12.
Ooh.
You can take him out completely. You don't have to kill him, but you can just take him out of the fight.
Yeah, I will render him unconscious.
All right, so you just shoot him in the back of the head or something.
I mean, I'll shoot him with the stun bolt.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's fine. All right, he falls backwards with his mouth still open because he talks and acts and sleeps with his giant mouth open. And after a few kind of spark pulses, heartbeats, a bunch of your people fly out of his mouth, like 5 or 6.
He had butterflies in his stomach.
And then I'll immediately drift off and move into the shadows before anyone notices where I am.
Sure. We'll cut back to you, Dreadwing and Breakout. You've turned this simple operation into an absolute disaster, Autobot. I am done with this. You've proved your mettle where even the best of your kind have failed. Yield. Take your victory, small combiner.
Just 1 second, I'm trying to think of the word I'm trying to look for.
Eat me.
He's giving you an out as he's holding you.
So you yield.
The righteous will never yield before the tyrannical.
Is that a no? So be it. I respect your mettle, but it will bend.
Nice!
So, yeah, that's coming. However you want to react to that. He is going to snap you over his knee.
Oh, can I roll overcome to get out?
To avoid it?
Yeah.
Sure, pay a price.
Alright.
Your foxes, just sacrifice them.
Yeah.
They
They
soften
can, like,
the
they can,
blow.
like, fox attack him and you can get away.
Yeah, actually, you know what? I'm gonna sacrifice one of the foxes, and not by sacrifice I don't mean kill. I mean, they're like, this is fucking stupid. I'm leaving. Like, they're like, you should not be doing this right now. What
That's
the
too
hell?
much, man.
Yeah, he was legitimately giving you an end. He would have left. He would have just left.
Left this place?
Yeah. He would have been like, I am out.
Oh, wow. That's actually really cool.
Maybe
I mean,
Should have said that.
He did say, take your victory. And
I
not-
didn't realize he meant this. I thought he just meant, I told you you're cool.
If you follow his code of honor as per his stat, he will take a request from you and leave. I assume your request would be get out of here, and he would go.
Yes, actually. Like,
Alright, so he's getting ready.
If my character realized that's what he meant, I would not have said I'm not going to yield. I would say,
Well, you could have a moment of regret.
It's like, wait.
You could be the bigger person after having a bunch of bravado. That's fine. That's character growth.
It's like, wait. This
So he's picking you up, torso to legs, and he's about to twist you in half over his knee, and then...
Wait, this is the first time I've met a Decepticon actually has a colorful alert.
You could just say, I yield.
yeah,
Uncle.
I'm just going to yell out, I yield!
He stops, smiles, drops you.
I look pissed about it.
He just nods, picks up his gun, transforms, and flies away.
Yeah, like my character was waiting for the other shoe to drop the entire time.
Do you want to make a bond from you to him?
Yeah, you do that. You can make a bond with Dreadwing.
Because later he might be expelled by Tarantulas, and then he might join our cause.
Like,
Yeah,
I can have a
Dreadwing
bond-
officially fucked this mission up.
I can have a bond with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, then
So that's
definitely.
a positive thing for you.
Yeah,
That
Trench
you
is
cannot
going to try to execute Dreadwing, and
It won't go well.
oh boy,
Okay, in which case my
it will
dog,
not be a golden gate.
in which case my dog isn't going to be gone.
Nope.
Yeah,
My dog. They're like full ass people, by the way.
they're actual people with rights.
Yeah. Well,
They're just like
depending
kinky
on what
foxes. They're
government
kinky
we're under.
fuckers.
Like no, they're just that's their
Anyway.
form.
Oh yeah, you see that happening by the way in the middle of the fight. Like after injuring him, probably mortally if that was anyone but Dreadwing, Breakout yields and gives up his pride and honor for your people, and Dreadwing leaves. You know, make of that what you will.
Yeah. It's a lot to unpack in there.
So now we have the dancers. You want to deal with them?
Yeah, let's swing that away as you're on the ground all... Oh.
And really pissed, but you know what? It was the right thing.
Alright.
No.
Rumble with his pile drivers like slams one over his head, and I'm gonna say it even though it's a line that's been said a billion times. You better get ready to crumble, bang bang, before Rumble.
Nice. Let's see if you can entertain me more than you entertain your master.
Fucking friends, he's like, oh, he's got a big mouth on him.
Double mouth.
To intimidate them, he is in robot form. Two of his arms kind of plant themselves into the floor and lift him off the ground. He puts one hand behind his back and extends the other. And he's scanning them.
Sure.
He's looking for weaknesses. Like
Close.
running in, looking closely. Which is
Sense.
oh good, I have a lot of sense. Sense for days. Damn. 7.
Ooh.
Good thing you're so good at it.
Yeah.
No, that's a hit.
Yeah, 7's usually a hit, guys.
Yep.
Yeah. I rolled a 4 on the dice, so.
All right, and what was this? This was look closely.
Yep.
What do you want to know?
I want to know. They seem really obstinate and like criminally. I want to know what sets them off. What pisses them off.
Huh. It's an interesting question about their psychology. Bigger Cybertronians bullying them and oppressing them.
Oh no.
We know someone. As he's like appearing in the background of this fight. So, should I finish them?
Beat the shit out of them. Stuff them in lockers.
You don't like being bullied by bigger people? Then why were they bullying the smaller people?
Also, you don't like being bullied by bigger people? That's exactly what fucking Tarantulas is doing!
That's exactly what they're doing right now. They're bullying.
Yeah.
these
Yeah,
tiny
exactly.
Oh, are you telling me that they might have inherited traits from their oppressor?
dudes. That's
That's what
impossible.
bullies do. No.
That doesn't seem likely. That doesn't seem like a systemic issue with society.
They're bad people for no reason, Devin. Don't question it.
I rolled, finished them, and I only got 6.
Oh.
You take damage, don't you?
Something bad.
I faced retaliation, and since
Oh, you deal damage to the surroundings.
There it
let me
is.
see.
Oh no!
I love this.
When I pay a price,
Multiplex,
yes, collateral
why?
damage. So I guess
But
I'm-
are you
So,
paying a
Do you
price?
jump?
no. I think sure.
Just try to smash it, and then
Yeah, like you jump to try to like overhand fucking smash them.
Punch down, and I guess I punch through this.
Yeah, they move to either side, and you just slam your entire arm through the plate all the way down to the water, the oil.
I get the foundation starts shaking up.
Is this a historical
and this
location?
cracking.
As that's happening, let's see. Yeah, okay. As that's happening, Frenzy runs and grabs Rumble by the feet and does a spin because he's super fast, and hucks Rumble at you. Rumble slams you in the head with his hammers. He's going to do damage to you. Piercing, no armor.
So
Oh, no armor?
Yeah. he is
Okay, I'm
piercing.
gonna activate my second trap where I take no damage.
For fuck's sakes, I forgot my fucking armor again.
No, wait, he doesn't even get to me, actually. I'm gonna activate the trap that lets me stop him in his... Let's see, what's it called?
Before that happens, I just want to point out that Frenzy and Rumble kind of look at the cartoonish hand imprint that goes all through the city. Get a load of this, jabroni, Rumble. And then that goes down.
Yeah, so I'm gonna activate the catch. So their arm, or their leg gets...
So, like, Spider-Man webbing, he's caught in a spider web.
one of his other legs has dug into the ground underneath him. So as he's flying, one of them pops up and loops him by the arms, and he just falls fucking flat on his
Like,
face.
just smash.
Yeah.
Ah, Frenzy! I scrapped up, Frenzy!
A pitiable attempt by a small creature.
You get a load of this guy, Rumble? I got a load of everything right now, Frenzy.
Do try harder.
We'll show him hard. Oh, yeah, we'll show him hard once we get him to the prison. Oh, yeah, totally hard. Absolutely hard. They keep saying the word hard. Oblivious to the Earth implication.
So do you want to finish them flutter?
Yeah, I'll take a shot at them, and as I do, I'll just yell out, "Hey, how do you want to fight someone significantly smaller than you?
We like it a lot. Makes us feel big.
This is going to be good for both of us then."
You're working with me as well, I think, because we're
Okay.
fighting together. So, and we have
Oh,
3 bonds.
nice,
So that's 12 again.
very nice.
finish them.
No, you can finish it.
Okay, so I shoot through one into the other.
Yeah, I was going to say 2 people, one
Two
shot,
people,
2
one shot.
headshots.
All right.
ahead,
Then they'll both go, ah! Ah! And they'll, they'll both sit down and be like, time out! Time out! Don't be coming at me like that, time out!
Walk home, clown.
Hey, we called time out.
You doing okay, Necronomicon?
Oh. Oh,
I don't
just
know
fine.
what that was.
Oh, naturally that slipped out too.
Right?
It's just always on the tip of
Necronom.
my tongue.
Didn't hurt me none. He mimics their accent and just kind of.
Their Jersey accent.
Shall we move on to better, bigger things?
Yeah, let's make repairs, tend to the wounded.
So, the combat has ended.
Yeah.
You have 3 captured Decepticons and a burning home.
Let's put those fires out.
Let's splash some oil on them, on the fire.
Smothering oil.
I think we brought a doctor with us.
Hey, medic!
Not for you.
Hey, medic. Hey, medic.
I'm gonna pat his head.
Is there a doctor in the house?
Is there?
The
Yeah.
ambulance like, yes, I've been here the whole time.
Alright, can you tend to this guy?
I don't want that doctor working on me. He's all legs. You tell him, Rumble. You show him up.
I would, I'd also appreciate some medical.
Oh, goodness gracious me. By the maker.
So now you can.
We see how it is, Doc. Big people get first treatment.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
separate as they say that.
Big people, 2 Autobots in a trench coat get priority treatment. You know how classism works. You tell them, Frenzy. These jabronis over here, they're instituting their class system on us. We're in a caste. You might as well use us as slave labor.
Why are they saying jabroni?
It's their word.
Is there somewhere quiet and dark we can place them?
Bottom of
I
the
suppose
ocean?
this place probably doesn't have a jail, considering you never.
Considering it's like a
prisoners.
refugee center.
Yeah.
There's not like a secret prison here?
I mean, if you
No.
want to go load into my cannon and...
Oh no, we need to keep them here.
Oh.
Wait, you can
Or,
just jump
like-
anywhere. Can't you just pick them up, put them on a moon somewhere? Until
Hey,
we're
the old wrecker base was a prison.
I mean,
I-
you could take them there next time.
Yeah.
hate to crash in on this, guys, but that's not really our way.
What do you mean?
What do
Well,
LBs do? Execute them? Put them in the forest?
We're neutral. We trade them back for favors and amnesty.
I hate to tell you this, but I think you're at a point where you need to choose a side in this war. Look at what's happening. They're not going to take no for an answer.
This isn't even an Autobot Decepticon thing. This is just a Tarantulas being crazy.
You're not siding with the Autobots. You're siding against Tarantulas.
Face hurt.
Aw, hey,
You
big
doing
buddy.
okay, big guy?
Oh, face hurt. Lonely.
I'll flutter over. Don't
Actually, do that.
Well,
I said please.
time for a space jalapeno.
Whoever was patting his head, and he swallows you happens.
I think both of us were there too.
All right.
Like-
so
Hop, hop,
just throwing this out there, he's too damaged to hold you inside his stomach. It's pretty roomy in here. There's like room for like 100 of Flutter's people in here.
Are there 100 of my people in here?
No, they all flew out when he got knocked out.
Okay.
Flutter's just like, it's better not awaken anything in me. Son of a bitch.
Oh.
I'm gonna crawl back out.
Oh, stomach hurt.
People don't like getting eaten.
Oh.
You seem, you know what? After we're dealt with, we'll have the doctor take a look at you.
I like Doctor. Doctor make mouth big.
I don't know.
I think this is a different doctor.
Dr. Kick, points at Ambulance. Dr. Kick!
Yes, Dr. Kick. Dr. Kick will take care of you.
Frenzy and Rumble are laughing.
Because he has legs? Like, he said he's all legs, is that why?
Frenzy and Rumble said that. This dog's all left feet.
Yeah, they said he's all legs, so is that why he said Dr. Kick?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to assume
He's trying to join in on the...
you're acquainted. I say to Ambulon.
We practice at the same clinic.
Would you rather they not be within your sight? It's.
Do no harm. Come on.
Oh,
Let's
I'm
just
not saying.
let's just get this going. It's all good. Don't focus on me. I'm in the background. Don't draw attention.
Yeah.
So...
It's like applying energon patches to you.
Yeah, I am...
All right, we're gonna have to get you two to a CR chamber. You guys have a CR chamber?
LB?
No.
Not for big people.
That hurt.
I bet you lived against Dreadwing.
Yeah.
Most don't.
Alright, yeah. I'm just gonna be getting myself patched
Yeah.
up.
Yeah. So the LVs are starting to show back up after being spooked earlier.
Stay away from the big guy.
You mean me?
No.
Do you mean the big guy, the two big guys, the two small big guys that turn into a bigger guy, the big guy with a bunch of arms, or you who's slightly bigger than some of us?
I'm
The
not
one
big.
that likes to eat people. I point to.
Do you mean the big guy, the other big guy,
I'll-
the big guy
I'll
with
activate-
the webbing that can probably eat people like a predator?
I'll activate my sniper laser to like laser point.
This
onto
big
him
guy.
and just jive it all over him.
All right.
Put a little velvet rope
By
on it.
statistics, Sputter, you are slightly bigger than some of them.
I suppose that's true.
Someone has to be the smallest, someone has to be the largest, and there has to be a range in between that.
I mean, unless you establish that you were chosen because you were the smallest one.
The one that exemplified them the most. The tiniest.
Our true culture's apex.
The cutest one.
Send out the kitten.
You've got the little blush stickers.
Oh my god.
Yes!
Anyway, people are picking through the wreckage of their homes.
Ah. That went pretty well, all things considered.
I just gesture.
Well,
around.
okay, I'm sorry about this
At the huge
tectonic plate
handprint.
here. I'm suddenly bolting it back up.
You know what? It did go well, all things considered. The physical place might have been ruined, but your people are still free and not dead. So
And now we can tell them to scatter and activate the beacon.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a moral victory, big guy. Yeah, that's right. Wicked moral. You tell him. You tell him, Rumble.
Also a literal victory.
Yes.
I'll show you literal.
No, buddies, they don't know what that means.
I'll literally show you how literal it is. Yeah, let us out of here. We'll see who's literal. Don't be calling me literal. I can read.
They're very literate.
So that is, what, a third of his forces taken care of? Well, save for Dreadwing, but he... I'm not going to call him not a threat, but he seems like a threat we can deal with, at the very least.
He's manageable.
So manageable. I say, clutching my wounds.
I mean, if I was an asshole, I would say like, well, you know, if he couldn't take you out, yes, he's manageable. Just kidding.
Oh,
I'm not
God.
saying that.
I'm just
Well,
gonna...
erase a bond.
I'm also just gonna casually activate my fast healing to recover my courage.
There it is.
I mean, probably we could always say that for like, I don't know, fill some bellies or something like that, so we can spend our food rather than using our healing powers, because those...
I'm spending my healing powers.
Yeah.
I haven't used it once this entire game, so I'm gonna activate my healing.
You guys gotta remember that you have armor.
Yeah.
Well, armor piercing, and plus I managed to stop him before he got to me, so...
Yep.
I have 2 armor.
That would have saved some of your ass.
Yeah, that would have made that fight last way longer.
You're still in one piece, though. so-
My armor, actually, let me see here. Armor. Yeah, I have armor, 1 use on one and 1 use on the other. So when I combine, I have 2
Yeah.
armor.
Yeah? That'll save you 2 damage.
Yeah.
So you guys seem like charming enough Decepticons. Aren't you tired of getting pushed around by the big guys?
Yeah, you bet. Just you wait till we get out of here. We'll show all you big people. You tell him, Rumble.
Gesture to my people.
Yeah. You're big in political power. We'll show you.
You sure you don't want to come over to the side of the little guy?
Yeah, no way. We got Soundwave. Soundwave's gonna take care of us. Just you wait till he shows up. Might be a few million megacycles, but he'll be here.
So what is it you wanted to do with them?
Launch them into the sun? Or strand them on a moon? I mean, you can just imprison them, right? That's all we need. They're not exactly charismatic enough to charm their way out of
We
an
don't
LV
really have
prison.
the facilities for that.
Do you?
Well, we can always bring them somewhere, or, store them in my hall. I mean, there are some ore compartments out there, and Divon has been trapped somewhere in me for, like, 50 million years.
Oh, that's right. That's strange.
Maybe Tarantulas was right. We do need to pick a side.
Yeah, you should join the Decepticons, little guy. You get to push around big people.
And again, this isn't a side in some grand war. This is a side against Tarantulas. This isn't this as big a decision as you'd think. Tarantulas is a threat to all of us, as you've seen. The Decepticons, the Autobots, those allied?
He's basically a threat to himself, even.
And a threat to himself, yes. You saw him in that. He's sick. He's falling apart.
He's crazy.
Oh yeah, that Tarantulas is wicked nuts, Rumble. You bet. Frenzy? It was Frenzy, right? Damn, sometimes I forget.
Then why follow
Oh yeah,
him?
Frenzy. Wicked crazy.
Are you only following him because he freed you?
Oh yeah, you bet. We're gonna wicked pay off that debt.
So if we free you from this severe bondage, will you follow us?
What you offering?
The winning side.
Oh,
Glory.
we're part of Soundwave's crew. We're already on the winning side. We already got that.
No one who sides with Tarantulas is on the winning side. He is a dying man, taking out everything he can with him.
How well do you think he's gonna take the fact that you guys failed in this mission?
We'll just say it was some other frenzy in Rumble. He believed that. He's crazy.
Might be crazy, but he's not stupid.
I mean, he sent me and Monstro over there. Capture a bunch of little people.
He sent you with.
I don't know how to convince them because we've used all logical things
He
already.
sent you with the samurai. He was clearly the one expected to. I didn't call him a samurai. I can't remember his name right now.
Dreadwing.
Dreadwing. Dreadwing was clearly expected to pull the punches here. You were here as backup, disposable backup. That's what he thinks of you.
Yeah, pretty much. He's wicked traitorous.
And now that you've failed,
Yeah, we just
he's
won't go back to
go
him.
ahead and dispose of you.
Yeah, we're just not gonna go back to him though. You got that right, Frenzy. We're gonna go hide.
Huh?
Go find a safe place to go to Stasis Lock. Wait till Soundwave picks us up. Start the Great War up again. See you on the other side.
Well, maybe we should deposit them on the moon.
Yeah, we'll be moonwalking.
I think we're done here.
We're gonna get rid of them.
Yeah.
We'll lock them up.
They're clearly too dumb to come to our side.
They're
so-
dumb and harmless.
Well, at least the big guy seems to be amenable.
I don't
You
think
can't use that voice.
Poor little bear.
You know, I'm just gonna be like,
Poor little body.
I don't think he's self-aware enough to recognize.
He's
me
lobotomized.
Yeah.
oh, well.
He's a Decepticon project.
I forgot
We
they
need to
do
fix
that.
that. Okay.
I forgot they do that. That's
Yeah, his alt form is like a giant cement mixer looking futuristic vehicle, but it's just a giant cage.
Oh right, they do it so that they're stuck in one form, and
Well, he can transform just fine.
Oh, I thought that the
No,
whole
it's
thing was.
more like,
They do that with animal types.
or it's more like Dinobot stuff, where like, hey, you're a pretty strong thing. You know, if we diverted the power from your brain
That
to
was
your mind.
cutting edge science done in the last days of the war.
Either way, it's horrible.
Yep.
We should look into a way to fix that later. When we have the
Demolisher
facilities.
is just a big guy they used to carry prisoners around. He's a walking prison transport. That's like that is his alt.
Hey,
mode. He's a big giant truck that can fit like a bunch of
just
people.
gonna rumble or whatever and fucking what's his name?
Put them inside.
Hey, no, don't put me in there. Yeah, don't do that to Frenzy. Don't you dare. Don't you put him in that cage.
Rumble.
And they just close his mouth.
There you go.
His mouth is kind of stuck
Shoot,
because he
shoot,
shot it up.
Yeah, but we have a doctor. He'll fix it. He'll patch it.
Just put the little girders on his mouth.
Hey, you get us out of here. It's not clean in here. That's not right. War crimes. This is Autobot war crimes.
As soon as we figure out how to, the doctor will fix his mouth, and then we won't be able to hear them talking anymore, and it'll be fine.
Shall we talk with your elders then?
Yes, we should.
Wrap things up.
Demolisher. looks
We have a
happy.
lot of explaining to do.
Have friends.
There you go, little buddy. Okay, let's talk with the elders. As I guess,
What are the elders like, Tyler?
Well,
I mean,
they're probably gonna be pissed.
we could always wrap for now, come back to this later, and have this whole thing as a starting point of our
Maybe
next
we
session.
should. It is midnight.
Yeah.
Yes. That, all right. You won't be able to get fellowship with them then, but we can wrap for now
Not yet.
What?
because we have to roleplay that out to get fellowship with them.
We'll
No,
get-
we're
we'll get
doing
them
next
next
fellowship.
session.
Next session. It's fine.
Depends how the roleplay goes.
Yep.
Well, sure, but
Hey guys, you have to pay the toll. You broke our thing. Blah blah blah.
We're gonna need help getting this all set up to be a valuable asset because the destruction.
like
Yeah.
sure, but we also just saved.
Because I mean, fellowship is with a community, and if our plan is to make homes scatter, there won't be a community here.
Well, no,
We're
his
still a
people.
community.
Wow.
We're just in diaspora.
They're nomads. There's actually a fellowship move I was gonna offer where they follow you.
Ooh.
Like there's a fellowship move where the entire community is mobile with you, which means you're always less than an hour away from a community to rest and recover at.
Oh, neat.
That's interesting.
It is an interesting move.
So now I'll have a colony of people living inside of my belly.
Something like that. That means you
Buzzing.
always have access to the to that part of the game.
That's a little
That means we
bit.
can't set you on fire again.
Not twice. All right. Well, we will wrap there. Having you successfully defeated the general, and that means he's in trouble. No, he gets one more chance.
Well, it's up to Tarantulas.
Oh, is that actually a thing? Like a mechanical thing where they get
Yeah,
like...
if you beat my general, Tarantulas can give him one more chance. And I didn't realize how hard it was to get general, so he's definitely gonna give him one more
Oh,
chance.
yes, definitely.
But the next time he fails, I have to either execute him or exile him. Spoiler alert: Tarantulas is not going to be able to execute him.
He'll try, but
Like if this was hard shell, it'd be like shoot him in the face and laugh. It's not gonna happen.
We're gonna get to the ship, and it's like, why is it all cut up on the inside?
There's so much damage. So I was Devin,
Nicole.
Tyler?
Kevin?
and Peter.
and this is sponsored by Nobody. Signing off.